Ekoma Senegal or which time Morocco come. I'm saying Morocco for the Guson air company, Senegal for the day. One more tate Morocco pa. Now Ghana Premier League in Sonia de Hong Kong. Him say game back 8 year course. Ewo eye doma Adriana Football Club. One any bibiani Gold Stars no Adriana enya the better share late. And ominya eye sa we na di ehun reaction from eye coaches. Of course, here were games and also ever so this weekend. Ewo Ghana Premier League in the morning, no, yet the home come ever no pay. Ewo a issue no so din. Milady Andrew so we submit from Andy Kessler, Sir Christian, I say how about in car Maxwell and Asian sounds and a darling pomina over to Obian Canope. Ewo a Jordan so now producers as usual. Jacob Atusabe or no, I chief executive producer or no, Adam Rantin Bright, also Clifford no sounds and a trend and a fair Jeremy Smack and so boy. Na show no aye live ewo media no sunti obako aye Facebook o search engine no na wabo Pure FM TV enso dia shim na chese ye kwenim sa Pure FM TV ewo aye Facebook onyanya video na message so be share like na fe comment bi a wo drop dia maye na nkomo no ato aso enso atimi dia free kama esansa won so adwenkyere no e mata to this aye show. Yanin Komano pay and sound dewa. And I said, Christian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andy.
Now, but we be able to call.
Yes, what moon answer.
Yanko pardon, Bibiabo, Bibiade, come. Oh, yes. Nah, there's still a guy in your coach.
And someone wants to walk off now.
Thank you, see a quarter finance and
Nti quarter fan na home brother Mobono. Nti de ehwe mo a
brawe de
nti me blaster jisi no me matomi de egu ho. De metima ya ni se mo ba me hyedem na me support mo. De metima ya no.
Ti won kan azuri.
Nti ball ni coachi. Bra na ye bebo e de akoduru quarter final na mo ka no. My only contribution any say me TV ho. Na me support blasters. Say blasters bitimi achieve emuna mo setino
sir sabe ya dwendwene ho
omo aye de target amu no omo direct responsibility say so omo yes adwuma no ene ehwe omo nim say omo betimi achieve that target no because sikania target no and ehun sika wo ho aye twa sika ye de ko work up na ye de kwa akode minka se nkudi kra ye ko spending says can ye kwa spending no and the minu mienu ye may movie say ye mfa nya adwuma say ni say emfa support the blasters and I may any responsibility to play say betimi achieve that aim etime maso any wo any etiefo a etie no yen de yen only responsibility a ye what towards the blasters of Ghana is to support the team in our heart, in our homes, any MBBA no ebitime bia no yen fan support a team no. But beyond that, what can minu ebitime beyond the marking? Dear na ubetime beyond that. Dear na metime beyond that. The bigger responsibility rests on the shoulders of an association na yede Ghana Football Association munsa so mo nanya sa adwuma no. So the appointment of coaches any say coaches so ebetime select a players any say ebetime achieve and target no and it doesn't rest in the arms of Minumi. Na Minumi adwuma no na yen new coaching so no and yen best players in so no and the SA pra he say acquire +1 - 1 last weekend the year on baka chire say what say Salisu France ye training tebia possibly one had nya Salisu at the World Cup but Salisu possibility say all bano na possibility say Kudus and so enko World Cup no and so increase eti Salisu de ne kosoro no na Kudus de dey eba form. Now I'm just imagining Ghana's set it up at the World Cup without A. Mohamed Kudus. Ghana set it up at the World Cup. I see a kwako J. And I say, crowd, the Matisse will be a minister of the class. It is not beyond Ghana to win the World Cup. So, unrealistic target, you know. You don't set for people to believe it. What's the target now? Number one, all the pressure I'm a home. All the pressure I'm a team. No. It you know, say beyond Ghana, say to me, and World Cup now. me and I'm a 20 na me junju say I'm just watching the Blasters play at the World Cup. Abraham Mohamed Kudus enya available. Salisu anya available. Andy, wanum ni edi omukwakobo World Cup no. A lot of people will think that they are equally a good players bia or around. Bandi ye call the last AFCON na Ghana call ye no. Ye who games are ye boy ya na Kudus enya 100% fit. Any game a Kudus boy ye emu dia wa hen and Ghana played better. So our best players are not virtually available. And here can say, how many days left to the World Cup? We are not counting about 2 months.
2 months,
2 months. 60 days.
Yeah.
60 days to the World Cup. You don't have a coach. You don't have a coach. And coach now, 60 days to the World Cup. No. And yeah, the FA are extremely indecisive. Time nana senka FA no, decisive. A take decision omo take ye no. Andy, omo take decision no far too late. Far too late. They should have been decided. Abraham to qualify for the AFCON. No. And they take his decision no. And a new coach buy and the first say Jumana, Kayako walk up, Kyo coach. Kyo coach. And you know, many must so besaya Guinea said 2 months to the World Cup. Now you have coach be there. You have coach with him team neither that.
What for Schaefer there?
Yes, on him team neither that. Because 2 months to the World Cup, no, not chairman BK because World Cup, they said national team, no, most of the players in the ball are abroad. Bandy forming a team, no, and yet 1 month to Juma. And yet 1 month to Juma. It may take more than 1 month for a team, for a coach to even know his team. Proper assessment of the team, no, a better to keep there 1 month. And you know, chef are available. Or better, a Jumano. Ye link na and they say Shefa level ye. But the difference between Omo and Shefa is that Shefa de onim team ne dada. Onim team ne dada. Ye kofa ene obia or ye Andy afe na obe team no abe assessment ask out for players and the players aba Andy answer na on team ni wie no ne abo work up na wie. Samo penso dia e de mon kan kire Ghana fo na nyina yenti ase na nyina ye lower down our expectations ye ko World Cup no ne ebo matches miensa ne e be fia ye level no si etimi bo more than 3 matches Andy na nyame ama mo kasa akire ne nyina ye gitum dia then we lower down our expectation ye ko World Cup no 3 matches ne e be fie ye bo more than 3 matches hallelujah ye ntimi am more than 3 matches ye bo within our own expectation. Don't raise anybody expectation by telling Ghanaians that it is not beyond Ghana to win the World Cup. Winning the World Cup is extremely beyond Air Ghana.
Mira says Chris and I do say website my mom for us check it inside we monitor my Mr. na Maxwell baby also no just say or trying to answer. Now maybe sa Ghana for on your social media on Facebook say there's coach by and also say Ghana Eddie Jumanamana for the World Cup. Ebebo me say bi mo tro Kennedy Kusi ese omunko for Paulo Bento quick bi mo so can say Christian and Maxwell Debbie omuka no omo say wo fresh Schaefer any ade bi mo can say on the coaches need din bebrebe na eba mamemu say on so coach by NFS at this point I wom say Ghana is searching for a coach because for what I am hearing and it's by Monday we may be having our coach. Ghana be name a coach out here beko FIFA World Cup by Monday, and of course I said Bantem because days na aka for the World Cup. You need too many days. What you say? You need days bebrebe sa. I was here twin so sa. Na Abdul Ghani say Maresca opening. Ti Max.
Yeah, Andy.
Na biya wo ko de chairman.
Boko na unso e.
Nyam adom. Me say Christians ono ya adwene. Sa wo from Schaefer asem na oko raise by no. If you say for the World Cup any time in India, Schaefer has been with the team for some time.
Yeah, and I guess say what team know for some time. Okay, say Mr. Coaches are here paying now. On level one is a damn bro Schaefer so. It is only so Mona coach who Europe are Dini. Or my coach who Europe maybe and him so much Dini ni ade any edi huna but per what they've been able to watch. You go Ghana craft a World Cup a day here pie AFCON J and Amibo. Just after the World Cup, Ghana tens in a bear carpage, and yet see a AFCON keke, but he's won the AFCON. Open top players, our coach be. Say, me coach be say Rigobert Song. O coach Vivian McFoy. Now coach Patrick Mboma. Me coach Samuel Eto'o, Laurent Etami Maya, Achille Webo, Pierre Wome. Look at the squad. Bill Chato Muni Adingina. These are top players. What I say? Ain't he or everything there is. But I think your problem pie the GFA. Say for no more margin no more coach. I'm sure say beside that Chamo Kana, it might be a pressure from the ministry. Because they were not ready. Do you know why? Many Otuado Crank come the Ghana Beko court. Oh yes. So Otuado Eminia made the Beko court. What do you mean here? What for me, Juma? My ba AFCON qualifier me fairly woefully. Andy one pameme. Mako qualify for World Cup. Now me both friendly preparatory games to the World Cup. And the first game me lose to Austria 5-1 me boy. Me second game me lose to Germany say
2-1. Are
we saying we didn't see no improvement from the first game and the second game? Let's be honest.
Improvement in every
Ye hu kakra. There con ni say which moves a ball or boy not a okay. Now a hona also wa pam me do be court because I don't know what is in the contract. But friendly is so to me their friendly so fam coach. And the problem they say o the emphasis to ado the nyina Ghana yes o nya de nto do ma pam de emfa no nto nchen ye nyina ye pese oko. But unni coach o se ma pam coach. As a show ye ni host but what I say obi to be host program. Yes host ya den ya pam no. Nti ye bet na ye den. Before be pam no na say wodi mo obi o ye den o take it over. This is the problem. And don't be surprised Omoka so by Friday coach by Friday. What about the coach in the bottom of the canas gasm na and also a possibility and I'm a boy. And you want to back today say coach is 600 now apply. So why do you wait on Friday?
Monday.
Oh, night. Send it for 600. Yeah, you know that.
Almost on this.
Oh, a useless exercise. Almost in time pass almost so a mass on it be so papa.
Said the previous one almost on this. So almost on this 800 Roman you be on sacrifice. You know count.
That's the point. So we crab history can also repeat itself. So on best on this be you know munyo be on best akofobia
out of the 600.
Out of the 600. That's 800 kromo you be na 600 is this one. Andy Bachawati I say. Ain't 2 months to the World Cup. Unyanya ukocha. What did they make? And yes, say, Confuboni, what time from a Confupa to Yang the Yanimo. And yet, who cries a Ghana or coach better than the any coach. It think I'm away crying and I'm and yes, I'm so Upamo to Ada. Now I'm a refresher fast step because refresher is the tanker director, the tanker advisor. Or you're well experienced. Or Mokrano, danger no Mokofa refresher by catch him. Seeing your name on the crown about the coach. And no more an advisor. It means that on never bought tanker team not to work. Now coach in here now managing them name can also confirm another way. Means the FA people at Ghana for next year pass them surasem. That is our nature. Anything yam pen or crane. Mbachan the year radio. How many are the technical staff?
Assistants including so to new into 17.
17.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Into Otonkwa free marker saying.
Auto free marker 17, send only 18.
Okay, Auto 18, Auto free marker 17. Yeah. So you are trying to tell me that all those 17 putting their heads together are not fit to handle the Black Stars. While other countries, when the head coach is sacked during tournament, the assistant is promoted and he's doing the work well. So which people now who are employing? These are questions as Ghanaian. He is serious. People are we are more serious. You can't do this in Nigeria. They won't find you. Also, Ghana and Kasa naturally ye peaceful near it because we say blasters are bobo ha maybe on one money e man ko for start so mbubunko ya no more TSC park so won be sada. But Nigeria mbeba. And say when name a strong 17-man technical team. Na head coach ni ho. Na see a dreaming in egu kofa bibi all over again and you kofa a different person crowd but it means that and conforno so cry now do mobile no cry capabilities ne or intelligence ne wisdom na questionable. And now once I'll make your appointment also intelligence or wisdom and capabilities, you know, but what and no knowledge, you know, so questionable. These are questions Ghanaians should ask. Chris say, I need to be a band. Says sometimes to achieve peace, you need to go for war. You fight for it to work. You don't just stay there and say, no.
Yes,
But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes if you don't fight for what belongs, or you don't fight, you don't move.
Sometimes I don't
know if you saw happy. Let them know. Respectfully says, I do way there, me ninja. And in yes, I did be a besan de ayo. Ozana crazy case, scanom cosplay, you be big. But ye Ghana for na a drew times ye betwaba, ombepa, omomayo, omuni embedded in adina. By a young to be a quad your penno or ye Ghana and Kwani to Abama politician, meaning say Africa. Now I say ye mum ye son. I saw no mum ye king. Also, monya him for monya kings, monya paramount chiefs like ye mum na moye, mum na mosum, but Ghana the ye mum ye sansum. And Andy instead his idea. Clearly speaking, I think say earlier on I'm a kind with for a safe I saw stepping in. Na 17-man technical team. So we cried as a players to be a bigger coach, but and I want to come man or Ben Wedma. And in here they are called World Cup number. Say a bunny if you bay changes a near her long-term project, meaning so what so Connors I dear cry he might also continue. But say Kofa top coach in interest is scab and change or cost because World Cup here Christian rightly indicated. Yenji ye ko boy a home modern. And ye non just say yes, Ghana Sikan in as yeding. Eddie Kogum say ye call World Cup. No, because there are other things we need to take. Your friends a critical look at most of this in Kola Sebi. I know the government is doing it best. Or yet your ye, but I say more see you Mokani a day ebia koko for in I know the government is working very well to solve those problems. So that's can be bet to me accounting. Yes, a World Cup in was say yes, sisters Kabia Ghana could pay $250,000. But George I said Yamako and 150,000 Yama coach. A chacha now to bet to me, I do bet more yard, and yes, can be brave. And Yama with fresh safe as can original. On fire work and you'll be very happy. Name to me elevated cost. And me feel say for the BSR it's going to but say yes, our party if I could for also cause we dissolve the whole technical team 17 no. Not the idea bad there. Then the question as a president of FA president and as a Ghana for demonstration no see from not just say appointment no here and then a Kuma or the SR appointment we
I say Maxwell Nana Asian and what is a Christian and so enka my own said don't do messages but me busa say coach Ben at this moment if you say also Ghana I appointed going to the World Cup now quick of the messages now for you to us message so now yaba be the enkom me say kwakula be say sports minister say backroom staff na 2018 okay, go kuyate. Me who message no me ba kind of messages is here. Say Emil Smith or say morning. Okay, 2 Sweet just watching you live from Ankwada Information Center, Elmina inside. Sims Kofi Eswa here from Amsterdam or Fire. Kennedy Kusi as they should bring in Paulo Bento quick. On the day the Abano no Sanso na me say Abdul Ganiyu as Maresca Michael cantonments could see in say we need Pep. Joel say Joachim Low and on air so when we say Gani you said about Maresca just for the World Cup. Okay, also the anyway has say Francis Jesse as Ghana and Kofokwesiapia Nana Safo Eribo 4 power Ghana cannot qualify from the group, so they should lower their expectations. Okay, Felix or say Kofo Kwaku Fleka na obi ka say yankope Hanse Flek and was say Kwaku Fleka na asemu Kwajo Prince as Amorimo ho Kennedy Kusi Shefa failed with Cameroon at 2002 World Cup. John Gage is Ghana needs Graham Porter. Erica Santos Max GFA will bring back Otuado. Okay, Mate Nicholas say what if GFA decided to bring back Otu? Eric Asante say don't stress yourself, Max. Otuado is coming back. Nana Safo say I support what Max is saying. Ghanaians should question the FA about those 18 technical staff members. Okay, say all of us going through a lot. We need a meeting tomorrow. Okay. Blessman Pizarro is a secretary and Abrajo so Ghana should go for Zidane straight money day so we have to spend on it. And Pedro Medina Cruz Maresca Ibrahim Ismail also here from Lumi Ewo Togo and Nicolas I say I think Joachim is the best fit. Okay, Ismail Ibrahim I say Joachim Low watching you live from Lomitogo and also Diaba. I say good morning, Andy. From Bekwai Jachi Pram, so it's pure. Nanayao, Esia Kwesia, Nanayao say Kwesia Pia, watching from South Africa. Okay, the coach is Nedie. Obisi Rav Zumdik, Opoku Ajiman Emmanuel. On Indian Emmanuel said, don't be surprised, Chairman. After the GFA had gone through all the 600 applications, they will go back and choose Otto Ado. Onosone dia wade aba eno no nti yenko amono na yenko fa amono nsem no ento aso emfa emra na memfa kwakula abi de no na enko amono no kwakula abi sesem okay kwakula abi message ewa wo mamehwe na menye real quick na afi no Andy, you can't appoint a 76-year-old man to take a high-pressure coaching job. The environment is too toxic. This current Black Stars needs a manager, not a coach. Whoever is appointed should be assisted by Lai Kinson and Ibrahim Tanku or Asian with Suleiman Tari as the team manager. This can stabilize the sinking ship. Andy, the question now is, will the FA give the coach the free hands to operate or will impose their players on him? Question for the gods. Kwakula bi enso message wono enso dia barbade enko amono ne kofa amono ne semre ba san komo we yenyanwie yabeto enkomo no so na de ho bia no enso etimi aba yeni komo no pay na yemfa nsem ni bi enso ento ga ena match say ba so piemo e the English Premier League eno game ba ko etimi ko so West Ham United wo mutena fie share for Emma Wolves so wantimi ante ena ebo 11:30 Arsenal ebo de tia bomb of 2 o'clock 2 matches Brentford and Everton yawo Burnley ebo de tia Brighton Liverpool better fie 4:30 Bobo conference the Fulham game no and Airbus watching on Sunday Crystal Palace Airbus Newcastle Nottingham Forest any club from Aston Villa Sunderland any Tottenham or Chelsea Airbus Man City watching Manchester United on Monday and Asia Manchester United Old Trafford any Leeds United any Besaka Menoka say Arsenal Edikai with 70 points City was 61 points Man United 55 points Aston Villa tosso 54 points Liverpool tosso 49 Chelsea tosso 46 points. I don't want some no. Yet Ebamu Ewood Majors Medican to just resource about a West Ham game no. So say I had all relegation as Spurs. Woman's relegation a zone of Spurs at also 18. I don't add yet here. The other one some Ebamu Ewood Majors and Woko Ayespera Edra. Mammy fans against a Real Madrid. I was Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Woman Esha Baku Girona and so I take a branch here. Your friends are Freddy Valverde. One Esha Madrid Amugona Brantana. Your friend is Thomas Lema, former Atletico Madrid player and Etika, Emma game 1-1 and the games no about 12 Real Sociedad Ebo, Editia Deportivo Alaves Elche, and Valencia Barcelona game near 4:30, Wobo Editia Espanyol Sevilla, and Atletico Madrid and Sweet about 7 p.m. Osasuna Ebo Betis Mallorca, and Rayo Vallecano Celta Vigo, Ebo Editia Real Oviedo Athletic Bilbao, and Villarreal on Monday 11:20, Wobo Ebo Atefe League table Barca, about 30 matches almost 76 points. Real Madrid etosum yenu omo 31 matches 70 points. Villarreal etosum yensa one 58. Atletico Madrid 57 points. Betis and etoso 5 45 and Celta Vigo and etoso 6 almost 44 points. Yada won some ebamu enso wo dwuma de sene mame fantugas oko itila games na Roma Bobokon etref omochi pizza esho by 3 goals to nil and a hat-trick enso the player na your friend said Donald Malian and area tena Cagliari Elbo Cremonese Torino and Hellas Verona Milan and Udine Atalanta everybody at Juventus Ochina Genoa and Sassuolo Parma Elba Napoli Bologna and Lecce Como and Inter Milan on Monday Fiorentina Lazio the other one some Elba Ewood so Germany so the Atalanta Manchester Elba Sanra Yenya Osberg and Hoffenheim 2-2 and about 1:30 Dortmund Leverkusen Heidenheim Elba Union Berlin Leipzig and Borussia Mönchengladbach Wolfsburg Elba Frankfurt St. Pauli and Bayern Munich 4:30 and on area tenino yadon san ebamu enso ebo dwodene sene yeni komoni pi anope ewo eye dwodene so a mame hyen komoni nyina sen emfamfiri eye championship nemo mame coach ya fan se eye Frank James Lampard former eye Chelsea coach no coach Chelsea eye twice ni nyina Chelsea esake eye Frank eye Lampard mame fawe ento yes this eye weekend no se the club no eye Coventry eye City unim se Coventry etimi na win eye tia Sheffield eye Wednesday mathematically one more qualify eba a Premier League no more and on Frank Lampard on the club no ensugu so ɛyɛ adwuma kama Coventry ɛnom ɛyɛ sɛdeɛ ho nsɛm titi a yɛte ɛmam Ghana interest ɛwɔ Coventry to go your player wɔno siaka Thomas Brandon Asante ɛyɛ Ghanaian international ɔbɔ ɛnso ma Franklin but ɔmo win game no na wɔn nso aqualify no yɛde aba yɛde wɔn nsɛm ɛma mo ɛnso odwuma de sɛ mami player friends anso ɛyɛ Fati ne na wɔn nkɔmɔ sɛ okɔ mo na akɔ ɛno a ɔmo lose game no 4-1 ɛde ma bobo conference Paris FC na wɔn nso anso Fati ɛyɛ player Barca ɛde na ma loan ɛde ama ɛyɛ Monaco na me mfɛnto gasam na ada Monaco team no yes ɔmo yɛ ready sɛ 11 million euros ɛno yɛ buy option a ɛne Barca for the sell contract ne mo no wɔn ɛpɛ so ɔmo tua sɛ sika ne ma Barca na ɔmo fa ɛyɛ Ansu Fati na mmom problem ni sɛ ɛyɛ Ansu Fati ɛyɛ ne wages no Monaco for sɛ ɔmo ntimi sika Ansu Fati ne Barca for editor exam no ka sɛ ɛyɛ club na yɛ from sɛ ɛyɛ na ɛyɛ ɛno yɛ Monaco wɔn tua bi Barca for Ansu tua bi the attorney sɛ Monaco for the say wɔn ntimi tua sika nyina ɛmfa ma player na friends Ansu Fati na mmom ne sika na dana so ɔbɛtimi atɔre deɛ ɛno ɔmo yɛ ready so ɔbɛtimi atua sɛ bibia depend on Ansu Fati so ɔbɛtimi ne sika no so no abo ɛde ama Monaco anaasɛ ɔbɛkɔ back to ɛyɛ Barca ɛno ɛyɛ deɛ tɛ yɛdi Monaco for ho nkɔmɔ no mama branch friends ɛyɛ Paul Pogba ɛno Pogba ɛretire yɛn ɛnso bɛsi akan ɛrema ɛyɛ Monaco tumi ka sɛ Monaco for no ɛlusu game no by 4-1 ɛno a Paul Pogba ɛnso bɛɛ mu no mgyɛteɛ ɛne sɛ ɛwɔ stadium hɔ Pizza for no wɔn stadium hɔ ɔmo ma standing ovation ɛrema branch friends ɛyɛ Paul Pogba ɔnsɛ ɛyɛ French ɛyɛ international ɛna wɔreturn ɛnso wɔ France ɛnti no ɛmra no wɔ bɛɛ mu na around 69 minutes no owura park no so ɛna stadium hɔ wɔbi anso sɔre ɔmo bɔ nsɛm ɛrema player friends ɛyɛ Paul Pogba ɔbɛn mu na mmom still game ankɔ Paul Pogba after ɛyɛ game no nsɛm twɛfo ko busa no sɛ yɛnya report sɛ season ɛba na wie yɛ a yɛsɛ Monaco for no wɔn ɛpɛ sɛ ɔmo gya wɔ kwa because ɔba yɛ dabi a wɔpra ɛna wintimi hete ɛyɛ wɔ level ɛnti season ɛwie a Monaco for ɛbɛgya wɔ kwa sansɛm no sɛ ɛna esi ɛkyɛ for next season ɛna Pogba sɛ pɛ nkɔmɔ a wɔn nso ate no nyɛ no kora saa o na mmom ne nkɔmɔ a wate no ɛne sɛ ɔne Monaco ɛyɛ long time ɛna ɔmo nso bɛtena ɛno ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ a arankyɛ frɛ sɛ Pogba wɔn nso so ate from ɛyɛ Monaco ɛyɛ team ne bɔ ɛnti sɛ wɔn nso ate ne baabi sɛ ɔmo pam na ɔno player nankasa within ɛyɛ team no wate sɛ mpanyinfoɔ no pɛ sɛ wɔn ne tena ɛnso ɛkyɛ ɛnom ɛyɛ deɛ te Arsenal ɛwɔ arankyɛ frɛ sɛ Etan Nwaneri fanama me wɔn ɛde ne Cologne ɛwɔ Olympic ɛyɛ Marseille na Etan Nwaneri ɛnie onsa bɔ no nya bi mo ɛnso wɔ Arsenal complain yɛ ɛna team no ɔmo ne Cologne mame mfa we ɛnso gasa reporter me saka ɛne sɛ Borussia ɛyɛ Dortmund ɛwɔ Germany yɛsɛ ɔmo show interest in Etan Nwaneri yɛsɛ Dortmund ɛyɛ team no wɔn amonitor boy no since ofri Arsenal ɛkɔpiem ɛnso ɛwɔ Marseille ɛnɛ sɛ ɔwie na ɛyɛ season ɛba na ɛwɔ Marseille for no decide sɛ ɔmo ɛnso ɛmfa ne biemu a ɔmo bɛka kyɛ Arsenal sɛ ɔmo pɛ ɛyɛ Etan Nwaneri ɛno ɛyɛ reporter me saka mame branch from say Yankuba ɛyɛ Minte ɔkɔ ɛyɛ Brighton ɔyɛ player ɔgyina ntɛntɛn wɔ ɛdema ɛyɛ Brighton ɛyɛ team no ɛno ɛyɛ Yankuba ɛyɛ Minte menya report sɛ ɔkɔ ɛyɛ Liverpool team sɛ Mo Salah season ɛba na wia Mohamed Salah ɛbɛfiri ɛyɛ Liverpool yɛgyina yɛ ni wɔn wankasa aba abɔnten aba abɛka Jamete ɛne sɛ Liverpool Mo Salah ne sasasa ɛyɛ branch from say Yankubu ɛyɛ nana sɛ Yankuba ɛyɛ Minte ɔnsa wɔn nso ɛyɛ left ɛyɛ footed ɛyɛ player baabi a Mo Salah operate from now and a branch friend say Yankuba and so operate and to and a Liverpool for never some of the replacing Mo Salah on in Premier League and so and yet mama branch friend say Rafael Leao and they oko AC Milan okay some until last year summer na aye Milan team no I will say Rafael Leao nebuano onyo mbabeshia and combination here from 100 million pounds I don't need car na omo charge 100 million euros I don't need car na omo charge Jamete according to La Gazzetta. I must say Milan Bobokono, so your team now could 50 million euros oba wamo any by negotiations for Rafael Leao from 100 and watch mienu about 50 million and report I mean Saka yeah the Ebamo Ewage Medino so Yanko Atletico Madrid Abrantia your friend Marcos Llorente ewo ayan krama mienu ewo ni fie na onu sanen krama no maxo ba ko atene din Anfield na unim de ntia wato krama din Anfield yes Abrantia no ewo UEFA Champions League was 9 goals the whole of Champions League was 9 goals na 9 goals awasha no emu 4 was nyina ewo Anfield oni Marcos Llorente yes for na Washington nti and what they aye ne kramane baako ato aye Anfield anu ye de metia ya de won mamu e wo dwumade no senenti aye 5 aye so 4 goals e wo stadium and what ne kramane din sa enu e de oko aye Liverpool AXA training complex on mami aye Mohamed Salah and Andy Robertson omo 2 players will be about the nkomo season eba na wie ya okọ Mo Salah and di kan de nkomo eba say season eba na wie ya obe free Liverpool last week and Andrew Robertson and so be to get season eba na wie ya obe free aye Liverpool no akoto as e obe before mama fan to get enra yenya aye 2 players no ye won say e wo Liverpool for be ba cho obenya Mo Salah de na forma me ye won say e wo Liverpool ba bi o me training no Abranche friend say Mohamed Salah on Andrew Robertson any 2 players from Elcon, Omana Hagano, Obianim Koma, Edi, Mo Salah, and Obutu, Andrew Robertson, says season never away, Omina, and so Omabaya Juma, Amaja trophies, including UEFA Champions League, and Premier League, any other trophies, and Liverpool, or some no, yeah, the next games are Kanamuya, Nina, and so Abanaway, and on air, the Tia Sansam, no, yet the Abamu, and so Jumadus Yanko, and stadium attendances, our Champions League. And that's a UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and I say UEFA, and your Conference League, quarter-finals, first leg, and I start here from the 7th, equals 9th of April, various stadiums, Nipa, Echo, stadium, Echo matches. Mamin Fantica say, stadium, and the most attendance, Santiago Bernabeu, stadium, still Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. The maintenance nipa 77,106 and the Rust Stadium game nibi. The next game and also attracted fans the new Spotify company Barcelona against Atletico Madrid nipa 59,522 and a Korea Sama Mamin French said they told me Sporting against Arsenal nipa 50,804 and a Korea Sa game nibi. Ebio PSG Liverpool will pack the Princess nipa 46,000 and that's 47,511. We were showing a picture now. All the battles answer the mame 47,511 and a copy mum pack the Princess a Korea Sama Oko am not I know Porto and in Nottingham Forest. I know a Europa League game. Portugal, and 46,479 and a Korea match, Afe Freiburg, and Celta Vigo, and Yakai, and Europa League, and 32,600 and a Korea Sama Chinibi, Mainz 05, Ebor Strasbourg, and 32,000 and a Cross Stadium, Bologna, and Aston Villa, and Europa League, and 31,142 and a Korea Sa game, Crystal Palace, and Fiorentina, and Europa League, and 22,775 the course Sales Park Echo Sama Bra Ebo Betis Enipa 20,847 Rayo Vallecano any AEK Athens 13,184 and a Gema Enipa Nkokaseno Shakhtar Donetsk any AS Yakima Enipa 9,004 and a Korea Sama and the idea some Emamu Ewo Jumadene Sene no young Koba Munchin Club in Mami Coach your friends Vincent a company on ye Enra na a company in the birthday Enra and a Vincent company in your 40 years and no I had ni goalkeeper man no ya what if 40 that the name Enra and the coach in your 40 years now Enra I was Sabana Streza a club no almost surprised coach your friends of Vincent a company after away training my players I bet you say a Bayan directors no I am Max Ebel no up in your friends Christian a food more Enra no in attendance anti players no attendance and no for Vincent a company and for the workers no biaho and no for Vincent company so amra any or buy not just a surprise a birthday and a club no and so the directors no and an aging common amudi kakra and so I baby training no just facilities no amudi inside and penny for car hands rumene canon omo pressure bruta wonya dia omo bibe go so ayo panyina and as some penny 40p, I'll be also by I just almost celebrate a coach now, your friend is a Vincent, a company Wednesday, our tax, so ye Madrid, our advantage, a 2-1, our first leg, and I idea Yanko, a coach, our friends are very Belwa, Madrid, a coach, and Ankoye ewa Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Alvaro Arbeloa enye mame fa we ento ya say Arbeloa abaye aya Real Madrid aya coach the first 20 matches wa consider aya most goals ewa 21st century 24 goals and Arbeloa about 20 matches and the Madrid 24 goals and Arbeloa are considered ever 21st century. No Real Madrid coach and Aba the first 20 matches one are considered goals now. Up anyway Arbeloa and are considered no and the after another game no and Alvaro Arbeloa and 2 years the players no feel say nyame aduma next week Wednesday wamo ebeye remontada comeback no ebeye aduma ewo Allianz Arena coach after senra all draw a game no and odin come on a Wednesday or still say there and the only thing okay say Arbeloa when you judge say league na there Madrid for team and you say okay and it's a Wednesday ni players no aka chance say obaya aya remontada obaya comeback no and so there aya ba winchin and jeltie na coach ni din komosa mame Real Madrid supporters na omushia Arantia friends Jude Bellingham ewo kwa wono and after the game Jude at the game Kofi and you say Madrid supporters ni ehia Jude na only say supporters no so omo found the see and ewo Benabao the omoka and say omo kwa wini and so ewo aye Benabao and so omo kwa wini ewo Allianz Arena yentie Madrid supporters no wam any aye Jude Bellingham and after and aye draw no de course ni
¡El pavila, tío! ¡Oye, Yu! ¡El pavila, loco! ¡Yu! ¡Va, hombre!
Ti anu aya club Real Madrid supporters anra omaba draw nebum amudin cover edifa UEFA aya Champions League na wo Luis Enrique aya coach edema aya PSG Manchester United coaches are not epe say ne se commercial juan fa Michael Carrick dia na nkomo pe no Luis Enrique dia met and say Luis Enrique at PSG for awie other than so kalife mu enso awie yesem obasign a new contract until 2030 at the ama PSG club no dia met ne say oberam ye ka the highest paid managers Europe top 3 and the new contract no ebema Luis Enrique and so Eura Salis no se coaches the whole of Europe ye tuomo kakasia the top 3 Eura friends Luis Enrique new contract no and so the top 3 and on Demetia the other one some mamu and so adwumade no pay mame fa we and to mame Barca coach Hans Flick Fareto to mami Hans Flick enye na ya wo se Hans Flick unim se Barcelona ebo derby ewo fie e de tie Espanyol eno aye derby kase a koso na aye omo tradition bi a omo ta ye coaches no before aye match no a day before mo de aye teams no obi a jersey enso de ba na coaches no e de twitwa pictures any ade unim se aye Barca coach no Hans Flick no aye Gavi aye ni jersey eno de ko he Ora we dey said the odo what man Gavi no anu ohebapa say our Barca the favorite player Crown France Gavi and of course our traditional just derby photo shoot no Gavi jersey and opinion and so they call ye and Hans Flick and didn't home come Mami Joe Cancelo na oya Barca they say our Barca almost 3 ho Cancelo one kasa and you want to come at Barcelona only me reporter na Sana Barca lineup about 4:30 no who say Joao Cancelo at the bench Emmanuel Enyon yes obu feel say fatigue and so Joao Cancelo internal coach Hans Flick decision and it's also more rest Joao Cancelo because nyame aduma Tuesday obu a big one ewo Metropolitano Stadium ntiana ewo se player no arrest na just wajena home amane nyina enso timi kama enso ewo ho na 2 players we menya reports about disappointed inside 2 strikers we Mame Lewandowski and Ferran Torres omumienu strikers edema Barca to na de ntia yes Barcelona disappointed and they say as 2 players ni nyina lose form the same time and can strikers me dey Baku elusu form I was a back on the form and so I was one album omumienu nyina no omalusu form and so the album I'm so started Lewandowski enkoye o the uniform at Ferran Torres the same and what she started Ferran Torres enkoye with the Lewandowski and so same and 2 strikers no omumienu nyina form and so I drop it at the album and a Barca for and so say how enum diatie mame mark bena akra we enso ye Barcelona player nanse okoko praye diamete say akra no menya report say ebeden so game against Atletico Madrid second leg no mark bena enso ebeye fit for sa match no diamete say akra likely say game no ontimi enkonko bobi enum reporter menya yade won sam mamu enso wodwumadi so na Diego Simeone coach Edema Atletico Madrid room say article enso our match and mamin fantu gas and Atletico Madrid boboko no wamu ebebo obo game no area tia 7 ebo 7 menya report and say coach no I decided say obey rotation yes complete a rotation and so betia cause bia ne bi a team players na omo warm up a bench no any academy talents ni bi entiana enkra no e be sia kan ne area Atletico ono so restive players area twen eye Barca ewo oyefie enom eye detie na Granit Xhaka eye former captain edem Arsenal eye team and na me ka say woko eye Sunderland I want to see aka ewo Premier League na Granit Xhaka na no amkobusa ne say Premier League title also to say when you be after 38 matches why and a Premier League title and Granit Xhaka say wontimi enkase akora bi embitre ne papa wano ne papa ene Mikel Arteta enti ono kwane da bia obompaye enso de ma aya Arteta ene Arsenal se omoba wini a league na Arteta ye papa Arsenal ene former club what I say now no time bia no obekoso aye doba e of Emirates what I say akoda wasum aye Emirates o se Emirates e fie na ebekoso aye no fie na dare da na ebe ne fie da eno aye Granit Xhaka to no bompaye ene ma Arsenal aye team no na owiye ena Mikel Arteta enra mebaka to eberech eze fanama me Arsenal omu training session na ekoso ewo ayem sober reality training center wono ye won se eze na o training eno Arteta confirm dia baye se aye no kre omu game omu everybody tia bomb of enano aye eze enso aye part of aye squad no eze aye fit I will betimi asia kan enso aye ama aye club no who can say ya na chese manager 50 no say Arsenal na tiai mama fa we ento ya say game omuni Arsenal any bomb of football no bad news edema ayam bomb of any Manchester City good news edema Arsenal Anthony Iriola coach edema bomb of said Arteta confirm as fit no Justin Kluivert Abrancher France Lewis Cook omo two players are Justin Kluivert providing and also just produce create chances edema bomb of your team no one anya fit for some match no Abrancher France Lewis Cook with experience middle no control dia and so the bomb of your team no one so out one team ensia ne entino said they want them ACT I don't know Alan Shearer Aba Bontini to Alan Shearer ya Premier League na player washe goes do Premier League no ora we Alan Shearer washe goes pa mama fan to say Aba Bontini to say was no the own and say Arsenal said ye and Rebecca say Piers Morgan everybody to say title no ebe decided no and I say watchina or GDS Alan Shearer say one who said there be NC Chelsea enter Stamford Bridge Emma Man City Emma win the game no onu de onim no onu say Chelsea and I say watchina game no omo besa no tie e Man City for garim enti Arsenal ebetia afa ho enu according to Alan Shearer and an edi sankomo no utie sankomo we dey na say Arsenal league no ma je wi enum tie na PSG midfield the friends say João Neves fanama me and say Portuguese no ananra central fortune no musa say leagues no edoson Krobia and a country bia ebo league on me a player so far ye ka say only the player of the season various leagues now obey sa player no and omusa no about a Portuguese a team no and was say no omusa no about a American league I'll say American league the best player Lionel Messi Saudi a pro league best player I'll say João Felix Turkish Super League the best player I'll say Rafa Silva Samson a Portuguese league the Portuguese league no Antonio Silva Sana omusa say German league na I'll say Joshua Kimmich Italian league Rafael Leao French league I'll say Ousmane Dembele Spanish league no Lamine Yamal Premier League I'll say Bruno Fernandes I don't say na be Manchester United any Bruno say Bruno Moncheki the goals and the assist akwan eye. One the best player ever Premier League. Bruno Fernandes. Portugal team the best player. Or say you know. Joao Neves. Wamo Ronaldo say you know. According to Joao Neves. Ne sama onon sori atuya. Mame Roberto Di Serbi. Tottenham new coach. And what didn't cover about the first game. Just say Tottenham at the relegation zone. I was a coach way. Ebekisho so be Spurs at the free relegation now. Our friends Roberto Di Serbi and didn't come on Pep Guardiola and was in the history of football the best coach there on the onim and it's your reference Pep. Or say idea about no and it's Pep. I change football 2 or 3 times. Na respect or whatever Pep no and you ask him to coach on 2 or 3 times and what change football. The best coach in history, Pep, Guardiola, and Roberto Di Serbi, and AD Sam Common Pep and Ankasa, Eddie Atuya season way. Or say yellow cards are when you know, and also, when yellow cards, Papa. Now, onya say yellow cards na how excited any energetic I know you ntisa what baby now we didn't come and say be say Pep no season we enkoye and sorry onya hwe emfama team na osere yellow cards are what didn't kwatch say ono ogyina touch like hodma oye ne mama papa enum aye dia tell no na Liam Rosinia Chelsea coach no say body at Man City yami admon Chelsea for no person qualify for Champions League Liam everything Chelsea qualify na Man City and musan so chena other Man City you say na be sia ko no so Chelsea betimi a Man City chena enom so panyi mo be sha na se mo betimi a no se ninsem no clear very explicit or say Chelsea betimi a Man City nyame admo chena tia we no ambiguity and ninsem o kan no eno Liam Rosinia na Rosinia any Enzo Fernandes mami Enzo anas Enzo and Enzo Fernandes amako bisa ne so panyi say Enzo Fernandes was suspended for 2 matches. One kasa u players akodare ni teammates abeka cho sama player no ensia ka be Man City game no onbenya Enzo Fernandes saw middle coach they say hwe Enzo Fernandes or say yamfa to yase Chelsea will few hurdles I also overcome na no kropa ne said o maka no maka Sunday match no Enzo emo ayano kro players na be catch no o ma chrem e dey players no Sunday Enzo Fernandes out Chelsea game no Nemum or Genius still just over play massive part our Chelsea remaining of matches no enu dear Andrew Robertson Ebeka free Liverpool many reports that Tottenham Hotspur yes say our contact Andrew Robertson say season about the free one ma one Spurs enso epeno enu dear Tony Cruz and doing come about nana so din come dia fama no ya or say where Manu Noya, I am the best goalkeeper of all time. I am certain. Now, I say, I am just a Manu Noya, no. On one case, I am the own goalkeeper game. What you say? Say a goalkeeper, on one qua, original baby. I just, I want to side, no. Now, I see goalkeeper, or you fun to watch. I have branch of friends, Manu Noya, goalkeeper, or you unbelievable aura. I just the movement and the elegance no only Manu Noya or see in front together for a walk up the best goalkeeper by far a branch of friends Manu Noya and Tony Cruz and all ball Manu Noya Basso Saranano our Bernabeu Stadium no ever here Madrid and a Bamuntin a game to be or see Obiahu a Manu Noya and Yama team no Thierry Henry and Omkobus and opinion say what that I will suit out the Arsenal parade no and also what order the outfit no order or see any suit never just the order what place order team manager 50 only when you Bryce can come do Sanso and Dr. Kofi Asafo J Arsenal follow one doctor me Thierry say we are placing the order the obesha the parade you know we are placing order and Henry and Eddie Sound Common Chelsea 40 mama no ni maduike Chelsea to be say Chelsea Samusha Man City na Arsenal winning the game now says when say Chelsea be 22 million pounds ni nyina no ni maduike say Chelsea to maduike dia ma Arsenal obudi shemu so obwa Arsenal Premier League title na Arsenal betua 22 million pounds. Eddie ama Chelsea say Chelsea for no one to be stressa eno aye diamenti na mami coach a friend said Thiago aye mortar onye minya report na ya so ko aye Italy our Napoli club no so ya Antonio Conte bibia aye no etwe season ba na we ya obefree aye Napoli team ne mo diamenti say aye management enso ahase penny successor wo penny replacement diamante and it's a CCC no akwakosi aye Thiago aye mortar ono and a CCC no enso akwakosi ne so eno de tia yet mamu enso ejumadi so max manager send me zimwa meka etro mama fa we ento anim say abeno ka say teams are nyame adman next season UEFA Champions League oma qualify no onse aye 36 teams and be battle e group phase no mama fa we ento no say emu ayenyamu 5 teams already enyomu qualification misro obenya teams no enso de mama enie Barca I qualify, Bayern I qualify, PSV Eindhoven I qualify, Arsenal I qualify, and no Madrid draw no woman enso qualify for Champions League and I next season and I de channel no so say akata to one teams na ye we Matthew Alemani a former sporting director ono and a free oma Deku e ba ye e Barca say our Atletico Madrid menya report enra say opinion no Asia Barca akora Mark Ayabana yes Matthew Alemani Asian agents no any omedi nkoma so opinion I persuade this boy no ebe piemo enso Atletico naniama enso ya kama dema a branch of friends say Mark Bernard any Atletico team yes way or person or yes strong investment in Mark Bernard any report am in circa Sadio Mane edini birthday enra ewo Saudi Arabia El Nasser na El Nasser for no enra Mane birthday no de cake no me still on person just winning and it's Sadio Mane African champion after no opening say Senegal and found say CAF president ano of course Senegal got chairman penny say Morocco for any champions no and Nasser team no say oyi cake no any chewa obo say brandy cake no bibia just Sadio Mane ono and AFCON champion any area Jones Lion no Teranga Lion no pictures of Sadio Mane ekita AFCON trophy no eno we gunwa yes mamo enso odwumade no sene mame fa we ento mame aya branch friends Vitinha any Xavi Hernandez na ya kan UEFA Champions League ni players are one enya most passes some completing most passes in a single Champions League campaign say a branch friends Vitinha on sa record no na ekita Xavi Hernandez what else maybe a trouble no Xavi in a single Champions League campaign acquired passes are or completely no na enya some go from match 1 and because it's the final match no not just what completely passes papa na Xavi they did 2012-2013 1,299 passes and or completed na me no can say Vitinha are completed 1,319 passes still oguso competition nemo and the other one some mamo would manage so mama fa we na memra bedafo na fe yemfa nkoma na aka no ni nyina ento aso Carlo Ancelotti Brazil coach no mo kobusa Carlo Ancelotti so panyin say enkofo say Brazil mo team no mo hia leaders bebrebe enti obi to say Thiago Silva when 41 years still other so or FC Porto say all the never can work out squad den one na and Carlo Ancelotti say ono say all selected players at the tournament one on share date of birth. Number 2, on your passport, ehim, say we age ni. Also, on so we are Brazilian, na over active football. Na ojidi yesa obo na obo no, who deserve sa oko, obetumi akwa akobua on age any issue. Enti emfa won sem owura friend Thiago Silva, 41 years so say now to say Brazil be name in the final squad no. Omgana Thiago Silva active obetumi aboa Brazil team na. Why not? Obey invite no obaton sa area Fred Thiago Silva amana be cut team no eno Don Carlo Ancelotti and Edison Komana ya the mamo enso ewo dwumadi ne sano pe no said ya hunsem esiate ensem the doors we be name I say ya na yetia esi form na mema abedwafo enso ebam na just omoso edi omunsem nyina edi eba Roberto Di Servi Kudus crucial player at the mass pass ne setback no ehano especially I want position one you only Kudus and the team was in position one or your player and you're very good attacker e wo mse amu attacker so me good name then come here e Kudus Mohammed emre mo ama Kudus enso atia bo ma anya ye enon de tie Max
yeah Andy
ma yeni nkomo e
now say manager dey
aha anza meka Ateta asem no na meka ti on read ya mbuza say wa Tony ni suita o de beko parade no ka so ebia na enye suit but wa order wi no
okay
team manager we are going to the parade we have enough money to pay
on fire blog one so I said bem say na bem man at so doing kasi and I'll be doing
me fine
o de ane me de and you me bam tina kan me de and you so nti enye wo de ye ni mo da iduma wo bonji ni mo na o de and you so also there is I read the message ni bi
or say we are going to the parade we have enough money to pay
we
so on
say pro say so on master back
only
they deserve 22 years now in J-League that now J-League it's all joy
Christian who enough to pay Max who enough to pay
no I don't have enough to pay let me
Christian say what the Bakobia ka Barca eje Champions League achi na Barca eje obeko parade ni bi
ho kai say obetimi a check ya mama
say the real ticket no I have be the number of days I be spending
na me dey akodi be 1 week na
I will Catalonia na wasadi aba who enough money Max was say buy my kasa manager kasa
what I even have I won't even pay I will not even attempt pay because after that there will be a lot of consequences that come there you understand the point what I'm saying there will be a lot of consequences baby I won't do no your dream so I'll be them so what's the American manager me ain't here not baby but on Sunday me with Christian I started about Christian only ma de bia an address me trimana me pese me ho Arsenal for me no ma ware se ne o ma ware etie onim de ntia patience now Christian is it true say the fact that the Arsenal fans in Tibia they will be patient because 22 years Christian Barcelona mo last time mo je league dabe
no last season ya Barca jeli
mo cha Real Madrid league je dabe I see a free league you. Ya doing say NJ champions HSC and Rihanna me what. But 22 years Arsenal fin on Belgian league. And they've been very patient. I must support you on my club, sir. So I'm beginning to believe that every lady I'll be seeing real underline in your fake. Real Arsenal fan no Andy, you word now worry no bebo.
Shoot your shot.
And I don't mean Adri. Oh,
manager say Maxwell, I am married, please. My wife is listening to you.
Oh, manager, also wife is your Arsenal fan. Yeah, it's just and it's really true. Personally, but you say, Madame Fufoni are there me no. The Arsenal fans, ladies, they are very cool. They are very respectful. Almost all for Arsenal, ne Barca, Madrid money there. They say Madrid for more Barca so girls ni be. Girls be do almost more Madrid so then Obi baby say question am say there be when a team is doing well what you say not JJ Champions League but there people would like to want to associate with it. Clearly speaking I think say research BSC put it in. Near Arsenal for two real Arsenal fans too on my in Europe, Africa and Ghana and America. And I think the home is going to be very, very beautiful.
Oh, me that's it. Na Andy
Christian
Enra and a West Ham Echi a Wolves your mo kanai Wolves and Tibi Onum say a West Ham biggest win of the season. You starting season we no West Ham enya winner as big as Enra win no munya no. But the biggest losers of Enra game no Enya Wolves. Wolves there by next 2 weeks near they are confirmed say relegation there and the omoko. Lose na omunyaye no. There eye ne ya affecting ne pa no Tottenham Hotspur but it is said the mato boabo Nandi ebo na meto ball no maso ene Filipino and I was just imagining Tottenham Hotspur supporters are almost a game no game ni end ye now West Ham winning by 4-0 by winning that game by 4-0 no West Ham moving out of the relegation zone no that 18th and then so about 17th on by 17th no more pushing Tottenham Hotspur into the relegation zone say jaribe timi am ya hwe league table na league table no me pe at the bottom omo fighting for and omo fighting against relegation no. Now there are 4 teams are Andy so 4 teams you know try say omo avoid the relegation onim de anika so 4 teams you know only 3 points at a separate you. As we speak now, even Leeds United now or that 15th no, Andy or net that safe. Leeds United 15th, Andy or 33 points. Nottingham Forest 16th, 32 points. West Ham about 17th, 32 points, and at Tottenham Hotspur 18th, 30 points. Can you hear here? From Leeds United on 15th position, or 33 points. Eba West Ham, no, 17th. Any Tottenham Hotspur or 18th, no, and the points gap between you, only 3 points per. Somebody can Leeds United I will say 33 points. Yeah. And Tottenham Hotspur, our relegation zone no there. Bandy or how many points? Tottenham Hotspur 30 points. The gap between only Leeds and 15th no only 3 points. Maso na Tottenham Hotspur ni ufi hasi. The last time Mimi who said Tottenham Hotspur at that relegation zone. Yebo League. Not Tottenham Hotspur at that relegation zone. Andy 2015. And unum dako. Na match day 1. Yebo match day 1 we no. And omo lose it to Man City.
Okay.
And the teams ni nyina ball match day 1 ni we no. Na Tottenham Hotspur Andy no more that relegation zone, no more that 19th. But na match day 1.
Okay.
How many matches? How many matches more to
37.
play? 37 more matches to play. Say here no, yendi here no. Tottenham Hotspur ebedi third. Me shishemu me pesa me kai. Say here by na ye ball more than half of the season. I ball sir. First one we run into the second run. At any point in time from the second run airquar. Obenyas a Tottenham Hotspur at the relegation zone more and the 1998. Maso 1998 by February 1998. Near about 24 matches. You about 24 matches, you know. Not Tottenham Hotspur. Etosu no edun watwe. Ye we season no. Tottenham Hotspur a movie from air relegation zone. Andy ebedi air 14th. But no. Andy na March day 24.
Okay.
And a Tottenham Hotspur ebedi 18th. By nay Tottenham Hotspur March day 31. 6 more matches remaining. And the Tottenham Hotspur at the relegation zone. Among them. Among them. Now, the Emma Ayami Yani said, so shall Tottenham Hotspur games in Akana. After the Jarati project, that I don't know. teams now are fighting for relegation no maso hardie Leeds United another 15 the Abodi no ya DP no obia points Leeds 33 Nottingham 32 West Ham enra pay their win about 32 and at Tottenham Hotspur 30 the gap between three teams no only 3 points pay. I do not see how Burnley any team afraid Wolves everything surviving relegation. So two teams are condemned to relegation.
Burnley Wolves.
Now about 20 points. The guy between only Tottenham Hotspur 30.
Yeah.
So but moving out of the relegation zone now. The guy between only West Ham 12 points. Tono there and the Omoko. So two teams there. Metimiaka I confirm say omo relegated. But Bakua Ebeka two teams in the hono. Leeds, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, and Tottenham Hotspur. Now, the Mammy Stro, Edema Tottenham Hotspur, and the very simple. Samra, Tottenham Hotspur, about the match, the 31.
Yeah.
So about 31 matches are. I just say, I can't matches say, I can't matches 7.
Yeah.
Bandy. Matches now, can. Next weekend, or what on more. Saturday was more.
There will be no more.
It will not carry 7 matches. And the 7 matches now I can. And they or go away to Air Sunderland. So where Air Tottenham was pesa. Now where Air Sunderland are. Andy, are you very hopeful, sir? Tottenham was even results against Air Sunderland.
Me be a new manager bounce ni be here.
Yeah, new manager bounce ni be. This season we here. Omanya new manager bounce ni be amfa. So ade betimi abo omo say weekend we betimi movie out of the relegation zone. And they say West Ham enra no. They have no option. Send away to Air Sunderland no and the so mutimi wini. So we near they are coming to air 33 points. And the 33 points, Andy, not on Leeds United, Babe the same points.
Yeah.
No only Leeds Abe the same points. West Ham about 32. Until on the game, no so 32. Not only Leeds United, but what if Leeds United also wins their game?
Yeah.
So Leeds winning the game now. But they didn't say Leeds United
Manchester United. Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
Man, you best send me. Man, you best send me.
No, how they make. Or this woman, man, you know how they make.
Man, you best send me.
What 200?
What they granted. Leeds United away to Manchester United no. Many must so ya adwini. Me supporting Manchester United and I me tipe Manchester United say obese Leeds United. But the Manchester United say Leeds United the bigger responsibility is that what Tottenham Hotspur who game no also esa wo she.
Yeah.
Se Leeds ekolusi. Na se Tottenham Hotspur enso enwini a. It doesn't change anything. Yenwe weekend we no. Na Tottenham Hotspur still amoda so that relegation zone. Bandi. Obosana na we are. 6 games na aka no. Hwade. The entia me say one shot for the first time. Tottenham Hotspur at the almost stadium na no. Every championship no. She games na aka no. Obo away to Sunderland this weekend we are. Next weekend Obetrefie Andy Abo Etia Air Brighton. Sebibiensie na Tottenham Hotspur ebo game ofie. Na team no nenebo no Brighton and the same Tottenham Hotspur win. But season we baby I did Tottenham Hotspur call relegation no games from above fie. Tottenham Hotspur about 16 games of fie. 31 games from abono. Andy, emu 16 games are Tottenham Hotspur above fie. Meaning that they've played more games at home than away. Mandy, 16 games, Udin points are Tottenham Hotspur and your fee. 10. I'm telling you. 16 games and a Tottenham Hotspur above fee. And how many points? 16 by 3 by 48 points. Tottenham Hotspur and a 10 of the 48 points are.
I know my 30. Huh.
How many coaches?
10 points. Mami breaking it down, man. The Bema we must show, and it's even against Air Brighton. You know, when you're quite hopeful, so much me winning is that 16 games now Air Spurs abon. Andy, we need 2 pay fee.
Oh,
Tottenham Hotspur this season, and we need only 2 home games. Andy, draw 4, and lose to 10. Me say how many matches? 16. Here's a Italia. We need 2. Andy, draw 4.
6.
And lose to 10. 16. So what is the guarantee that even their home matches, they are going to win? 6 games now, Andy, away home to Air Brighton we are. Now acquire away Akobo A Wolves. And the Wolves in Swatchere. So even though they are going to relegation, so why not very careful, they will drag you along. It's their next game, home game new year. Away game, next away game, will be against a relegation bound A Wolves. Granted, Serbia was a relegated already. So Abia only motivation to play. So on that day, and the Minfa win. Emma Tottenham Hotspur. Okay. Or boss our game new year, Andy, or call another away game to Aston Villa. Do you know the game ready? Aston Villa fighting for a top 4. Teams never top 4 abono. One of them is Aston Villa. And Tottenham Hotspur ever go away to Aston Villa or the Villa Park. BB and Sia, I do not see a Tottenham Hotspur winning that game against Aston Villa. About Aston Villa we are. And the Obertrefie Abo Leeds United. The entire mini vim so betime winning is that Leeds United and Tottenham Hotspur a fieno on yadie. No Obo Leeds United. And the Obo Leeds United we are. Saga de or call away to Air Chelsea. At that point, Chelsea air fighting for top 4. In the games now, air away to teams are fighting for top 4. Aston Villa and then Chelsea. Then the last game of the season, and the home game to Everton. One shot. Yenusa Everton game, not Tottenham Hotspur will need to win and make sure that other teams able Lucy to save their season and make sure that call relegation. And then I'm going to Tottenham Hotspur for sight back. Master America recommend alcohol. Vim brutal. Vim is that they are talking from air precedence. Say Premier League in Bayern. You have 17 different occasions. Andy. You about 31 games. Team and 30 points. But you sir, 17 times after 31 matches team B and 30 points, only 6 of them and a call relegation. Maybe I'm hopeful. The hope is based on precedence. So the previous 17 times team B and 30 points after 31 matches, and you move and prep and siape, and as our team a call relegation. Bandy, times have changed. Only say I like to say season way. Obi bet me the 40 points I call relegation.
40. Yeah.
Say Janibet Mesa project 8 teams now fighting against relegation.
Bakuno Babeka Bali ne Wolves
33, 32, 32. Baku bet me 40 and still get relegated.
Area.
It's maybe a Tottenham Hotspur nam no money nam ne die. Nyame anim no kreni. Jews 14. Na na do support Tottenham Hotspur. And ode ba omia so so. Omo nyina support Tottenham Hotspur. And omo convince papa we.
Maxwell.
Ama no so support omo.
O Mike ya do.
Tottenham Hotspur ya dia to the point that omo bo Champions League final, omo bo Europa League. But we are now discussing Tottenham Hotspur. The last 2 seasons in Yano, Omni relegation, AD a 10
Yeah.
Last season they finished on the bottom line, 17th on the league table. Better than only the 3 teams now, a core relegation. The following season now, you expect them to learn their lessons, And the same thing to Tottenham Hotspur. Diama me major concern. Any masolot or support you move. Name Mohamed Kudus plays for Tottenham Hotspur. Last year, Siena and last season, Gana from team called relegation.
Yeah.
Fatau, any Jordan. They play for Blasters. Are key members of our team. Now Blasters, the key figure of Blasters in Neno. Mohamed Kudus. We expect Mohamed Kudus any value and the other rises how. But say BBNC. That's a Tottenham Hotspur echo relegation. Now Kudus a member of Tottenham Hotspur and the value no esobete abafom. Esobete. And the entire person Tottenham Hotspur bekono. Enya because of omo stadium efe. Enya because of master support omuntira. Enya because of their former president Nanado any Dr. Baumia e support omuntira. It is because we have a Ghanaian player who see a Kanema Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham Hotspur go down the liner and the Omani Neko a branch of Mohamed Kudus value and the Swati. Tenwa no meti dem na me hwe game na me hwe se da bi. I'm just imagining o say that Western for ni ajepa o. Because omada relegation zone mu sa. And then sa win we no. For the first time in so many weeks, and it's a win my film. But while they were jubilating, I would just imagine the mood of Air Tottenham Hotspur players, supporters, technical team, owners. Say Western winner a free relegation zone. When they push you into the zone, Tottenham Hotspur. Maso TNA me de last year gumoso. Someone Sunderland no. You have no option than to win. A away game. Even though me person mu win, Sela minimum there be ni ho. Any ho. Ntiere. Brebe me yawo. Stadium, but championships no sinya nice facilities o. Obunya facilities are fine debating the about championship no.
I said teams never have FA Cup near any League Cup
Tottenham Hotspur are
what to born out do say
I just born am to me to born bomb myself fufuro
oh say but Andy Utia teams be budget leg ni ade oh we Barca ni Madrid e lusu one can team or relegation waka na sem sa boss oh ye kwa be ha Ghana onti munya ka kuduso o de kan wasem
se enye ne mama mako maso Andy die ne e betima ya e be ma Tottenham Hotspur ko relegation
mama kan say mama
na money Arsenal for no more Ghana ne kasa say no mbese
na Arsenal for no more Ghana
no mbese be 400 nto mo say wie pe na say mu da ho
ene City bo
obo Chelsea china
na de ba kun so e de masa ahwe ne say Andy Roman Abramovich ebeto Chelsea from 2003 up to 2022 or last year 19 years as Chelsea owner. Only say in that 19-year period, in fact 19 years there, but about 18 seasons, the 19th year no team ni free ni sem. So season on the boy. 18 seasons as the owner of Chelsea no. Unimpredo at Chelsea finish outside the top 4.
How many?
3 times.
Out of the 18 seasons.
Abramovich Chelsea no. 18 seasons our last year as Chelsea's owner. 18 seasons no. Chelsea finish outside the top 4 only 3 times pay. Russia and the Ukraine war affected the ownership of Chelsea. I'm here Chelsea. Yaton Boyle heading the Blue Coal Company. Abeto Chelsea. Andy, 3 seasons and my last year Chelsea. Number 1, they finished 12, they finished 6, and they finished 4th last season. 3 seasons, you know, Ebum were outside the top 4. Adia Abramovich, 18 years, you know, a sim premier in Sapeno. The new owners never fought Chelsea, you know, Andy, a sim premier, you know, in 3 years. And only once pet, and I'm finishing the top 4. In fact, in proper contest, Abramovich 18 era, no 18 seasons, no DNO. Andy, only some winning 17 major trophies. 17 major trophies, you know. All trophy beer, I am major biano. Chelsea won them, including A2 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
I got a club World Cup. The old type, no?
Yeah.
Baby, I went bet me there to charge you one and say, we are the world champions. We are the world champions. So can ya no me baby boom. We are the world champions. You are the world champions. So Chelsea am finishing in the top 4. Ejari Yanko Hadiye. So Chelsea am finishing in the top 4. Now ebeye the 3rd time in 4 seasons under this new ownership. Chelsea am finishing in the top 4. New owners ne buy no. Omo 4th season ye. But ebeye the 3rd time. Abo season we ya. Chelsea am finishing the top 4. The advantage for Chelsea is that since the Premier League coefficient, you know, I confirm. Said next year, Premier League, you know, at the 5 teams at the Copa Champions League. And even that, for be a Chelsea da. Amuda sees. Amuda 1 point behind Liverpool. So the fight for even the 5th air slot, you know, between Liverpool, Chelsea, and to a large extent, even Aston Villa. To a large extent, Aston Villa. And to the greater disappointment of Chelsea supporters in and it's a club World Cup on the buy, you know. Never we season way. Now Premier League, at the 5 teams, Copa Champions League. Now Chelsea near one of them. But what if that happens? Did a Chelsea for the Becca? Say near the club, the world champions. Yeah, buy you know. At a certain point, maybe sure Chelsea at the club World Cup, no. Because say Chelsea beat me compete for the league.
Yeah.
Because board on board or club World Cup, no. I convinced you they were up there.
Especially how they handled PSG, the European champions in the final.
80. So one team in the league in the crowd. Minimum should be a top 4 finish. And the crowd is possible. Na Premier League na ya juma akonya coefficient. Okay, Premier League no enfa 5 teams imra. Na 5 teams na Premier League ne dey ba no.
And also still Chelsea.
Still Chelsea near one of them dia. Ada braka.
Brichi.
Chelsea supporters no, they won't accept this. Now, the points between only Liverpool no 1 point per. But the disadvantage is that and within your hands. So we need now Liverpool win here, still 1 point.
1 point, yeah.
The only thing you expect is that you win your game
and expect
Liverpool to slip. Eba sadia. Osadia enye by your own you won't even control no. Didn't say obetime determine whether it will happen or not.
Yeah.
So Chelsea do not have control. Senka idea on no say Liverpool and can they or did Liverpool nebo. And also say Liverpool, no say Liverpool one, and can within their Moncasa idea. But then you are playing against a different opposition. Liverpool is playing against a different opposition. Granted, if all of you win, you be this weekend, you know. Now that's what other sees. Now the bigger responsibility. Maybe I say Chelsea best player.
Chelsea best player this season.
Because season Chelsea
overall.
Cooper, am I right?
Chelsea best player overall.
What about my Maybe the Mama Cooper ma.
Within time, and I'm busy.
2-3 seasons,
for 2 seasons, I'll go for Cooper.
Yeah,
but this season, I would have gone for João Pedro.
Okay, that's the conversation. Maybe drag it will be into it. And the big teams do certain stage. Now which bar and the big players that get them out. Big teams. Oh yeah, big. Now big players and which bar. Difficult games Dino. And you expect your big players
to rise
up to the occasion and save the day for you.
Yeah.
I am even thinking that per the form of Eko Palmer 12 months ago, and then the Bobo England number 10 at the World Cup, and the Eko Palmer. By now, we have Eko Palmer form now. One shot, even the World Cup squad, he may not make it. He may make it because of versatility. Also, Timmy both as number 10 and both on the right wing.
Yeah.
The difference between only Morgan Rogers is that also Morgan Rogers near one dimension number 10. But Kupama amount a variety. Number 10 on the wings, baby you beat my body amount. Bandy by current form. Only say Kupama ako a 7-game go drought. 7 games, no goal. The last time a Kupama eshe go, Erma Chelsea, 7th February against A Wolves. I think that game no hat trick. That was the last time a Kupama she go. I remember somebody Aston Villa crano or she go before say Obobosa hat trick no. Almost share Aston Villa by 4-1. San go no share no. Na Chelsea 3rd goal and no she go the man Chelsea. Amuba a international break in the Bayern. Chelsea bought FA Cup against what?
Portville.
Chelsea share 7-0.
Yeah.
One and air captain on that day. Neko Palmer. No goal, no assist against a 3rd tier opposition. No goal, no assist. The Arabian said last season, Andy, by 14 January 2025. Now last season, second round of last season, 14 January 2025. Now Kupama has 14 goals. A free Samreno, from 14 January 2025 to and I say 11th April 2026, Kupama has 10.
Drop you.
10 no, emu 6 penalties.
Okay.
Even 10 goals now Kupama has 6 of the 10 goals no penalties. I may forgive him because of Inipa. In proper contest, last year Kupama able 52 games. I may say only 4 games for both club and country. But season way, because of injuries in Tino and the Kupama, I may say 25 games for both club and country.
Due to injuries.
Men doubt Kupama quality so. But season way, I never acquire aha Kupama. Any effect on Chelsea because their best player, their most creative player, Kupama. And I dare limited Kupama no, injuries. So Chelsea any the better part of Kupama this season. Only say we provided 3 assists in the Premier League. All the 3 assists now Andy or provided you know, Joao Pedro. Just imagine, Senka are much more available. Joao Pedro has more goals for Chelsea. Because when he's available, services in Inano, Joao Pedro. 3 assists and provided, all of them Joao Pedro. Only one more when they provided the assist, when they provided services, Joao Pedro. And you know, there's another possibility. Here can Spurs there, Spurs there, and the Erika come there. Chelsea's negative effect is that what happens if they end the season, Abraham finishes in the top 5. Now, I'm about Man City. Before somebody FA Cup, I'm winning 7-0. I'm saying Chelsea caught 4 straight games. I'm losing and 9 in 7 Chelsea. I'm losing to PSG 5-2. I'm losing to PSG 5-2 now.
Newcastle
and I'm betting a fee. Now Newcastle be show 1-0. Newcastle show 1-0. Now PSG sabe game. Show 3. And I'm going to Everton. Esa show 3.
Yeah.
So before say about international break, 4 consecutive games, Chelsea losing and you losing the margin of the losses. 5-2, 3-0, 3-0, and Newcastle 1-0. Newcastle didn't have form ground. The amount of Manchester for is that they played at home. So Chelsea last 2 home games, they lost the 2 matches without scoring a goal. They lost 1-0 to Newcastle, 3-0 to PSG. None of them a manche goal.
Everton uses our ones and should go.
Everton some kwawe make home.
Okay, home matches okay.
The home matches me no boy. Asa na international break no. Chelsea lose nyina go kroman timi ahye. Me pesa me coach ni. I heard the last time Chelsea lose 3 matches twice one say go mpo. In the Premier League contest American one say say we lose 3 matches at twice. Abra one say go and a way back 1998 and at Chelsea ball 3 consecutive home matches. Ah we lose ni me and nyina one say go. On this City bono. City in South France pick phone bia. They are out of the Champions League. League no so no. It will take a miracle for City to win the league. But on say amochi Arsenal o EFA Cup no. Omo dey 2 years. Amochi Liverpool FA Cup. I think quarter final. Omo show 4-0. So before say about international break so no. Na Man City last 2 games and a 2-0 4-0 or we need me anu nyina abra no so dey and consider go in those 2 matches. The any Canada Man City is that and the teams na City no boy no. Arsenal go Liverpool won those 2 matches. Aggregate scoreline say 6 goals in those 2 matches. Ball and Thomas City net in those 2 matches.
Oh, Arsenal to no Liverpool.
Yes.
6.
And then make sure how our City will fare against Man City.
Man City against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Watching
because Man City there and in the second position is secured. But for Chelsea to play in the top 5 or in the top 4, no, they will need to win at all cost. Because Manchester United be share Leeds on Monday. Or share Leeds United now and the 3rd position or no S71 sir. Aston Villa winia and the 4th no offer. I think Liverpool able Fulham. Liverpool both against Fulham. Liverpool so potentially they may win. Say Liverpool winia against Fulham. Say points gap say 1. Not Chelsea echo Lucia. The points gap between Chelsea and Liverpool no echo 4.
Chelsea
and there's a possibility to echo 4. One has that 5th spot no will be taken by either Liverpool or Aston Villa.
Chelsea, Mama Mohamed, so now, me ba Maxwell, so but Arrod, that was Switzerland, or say, tell Christian to acknowledge the fact that Arsenal saved the Premier League. Our win over Sporting gave them the 5 slots to next season's Champions League. We need our flowers.
See,
Arsenal, so omu win against Sporting, no, and a confirm if they have 5 slots for the Premier League. Just say, Monfa Muhiri, and Famu, Mamunyo Musamba. Max.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, we have more than 7 more.
Okay, say no the Premiership clubs and how many more can hear they say La Liga for the new money answer.
Premiership clubs, only
so
Premiership club.
Premiership clubs and
there's only Premiership club. Spurs or La Liga.
Hey. Relegation, I'm saying, crime here free me, Andy.
Axel.
Bomb show.
I want more with you.
On frame na de bia no amankra meboa o se menti no pese ba se free na se la me ma beje balondo
oh no me ko o ka jem se eye Christian mumunti
ono kuria ndi chema nti ni ye
o se Christian pa ndi ba no pese ba se free no no me ko shop sa no ka jem
wasazi sana no
o se Christian o ka wo ba o se Christian pa nti
bengeme aha because minim say bomb dey so ka say me pa dey be mo ko me say ni o feeling me na me so me feeling
Christian uza sa do aye dey o be so do aye
no sa so say me dey obi akọ left and am so me right dey bi o den kraba because me say me so be bad be ma fe no ba also kwa aka say Chelsea for so me so massa papa around to menka
what
Tibomba maminchi obebia obia. Andy, A derby day Catalonia.
Yeah.
Now a big opportunity for Barca say Ombe to me I call 10 points clear of Real Madrid. And it's supposed to be called 10 points clear. I can tell you say La Liga near wrapped up.
9 and 10.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, no I'm about draw okay to sing to Ombe 9 point. Thanks. Ombe 9 points La Liga will be wrapped up. Yes, I think so. And that will be a very good season for them. And in the ebe back to the approach omodibe game no. Because it's more had the second leg of the Champions League. But I think say me no media say they are being any Diana me boy.
Correct.
Nti se ombetumi win na ebia La Liga no omodi omonsa baako asoma. They should think of today's game and win it. And I Chris on me ngadre hands down. Na yehwe the away anim na no eduru ho eno ade ne ho beba. It's when my coach didn't say or approach game anyhow because it might be disastrous. Madrid forming said the last 3 games more any be me boy.
Yeah.
Until we need to take advantage. But Espanyol Befiedia, I think saying get too much of a problem. Because Barcelona we Champions League for more form Andy. On the last 9 games, Roman winning 8, Roman draw 1. And Sana 8 year more Barbeshaw more Champions League no. And a season who say 15 home games no, ningina or more than 100%. And 10 of the last 11 wins of this 15 at home, a 2+ goal margin and a Barca show. Now, over Espanyol, on the last 13 games, they are winless. Omo winning. Omo lose 8 or draw 5. They are very, very poor. And over 2009, and omo call 14 games are not omo winning. It's in the Barca so show Mwandi. Next, omo repeats our record. But surprisingly, 13 games now this season, omo winning and started with Barca show. Inti was so more careful. Espanyol again, so money the top 5 teams in the ball league in they are very poor. But they a win or loss situation because someone winning 1 and more lose 5. Inti in Yoma and said uncle so about head to head no crowd Andy Ship de la Becca said na say kra. The last 29 and yadi or more winning or more lose 22 no more draw 7. Inti that is the problem. But Barcelona a team be at almost 15 games almost goal no. Andy or a 12 almost half time, almost first half and second half. Then again say 19 games this season no almost 2+ goals. Until net Danny almost had the chance especially when the strikers are not doing well. I say almost money county. No Ginny. But strikers no so be obebo bia mesro omo you know me man ngom dey say yes omo nyade enti omo so omo tro say yes nyade enti yense they are there to work and they are being paid very good money nti omo nyiro omo nya adwuma and the Barcelona be show omo well Barcelona go games e produce goals no e bia na Espanyol ase go na bia Barcelona show e bia both team to score with Barcelona win but I think Barcelona bet to me enya win na yenko England. Arsenal is in another game, but this game is a test again for Arsenal. Why am I saying that? I'll say Bournemouth since January Lucy. We're in the month of January Lucy and Andy Lusu our leg in the moda. And the Arsenal need to break them and make sure somebody on better on my level. Those Arsenal are leading by 9 points, my boy. And on the last 8 games also in the league, you know, they are yet to lose. Among winning 6 and on my draw 2. And for last 4 no crown on my side. Into winning their first league title in 22 years, you know. I think said Bibia air cost young. But Arsenal person set a record be 5 times and the when winning 3 matches at twice 5 times in a single season. Arsenal want to do that. They've done that twice already. Into a year we can not bear 3 times in their league no more or much more. That is a very good one. Suddenly make us a Bournemouth in Lusu game. The 11 games no more common Lucy. And the more winning 4 no more draw 7. But the last 5 in no more draw. Into say Arsenal extra almost say indeed on my already some better league or more proper place. But the question that can Arsenal do that? Yes. Because since November 2009 Team Bia no wa 6 game consecutively and in higher draws that. It is a Bournemouth at 5, no person mo 6 and time 6. So what it means is that Baku beti Bakuti. Into here Arsenal bet me at your muti because they are playing at home too and they are stronger. But Arsenal should also be very careful because conference bet me at Arsenal tea. My name is Watimasia. But Bournemouth problem they say the top 7 teams in the world league in the morning. Bournemouth fare very well with them. They've been very, very poor. Omo lose 5, I draw 6. Omo win just 1. And on the last 14 away games, they move 2 pair and a Bournemouth to me a pick a win. So it doesn't look good for them traveling to Arsenal. Now, Yansha head to head no. Over last season, I think the corresponding fixture no, ewo Bournemouth Arsenal elusie. But before that, now Arsenal show Matwasu 8 consecutive times. And the Arsenal playing at home, I think that Arsenal ewo very good advantage. Then Arsenal again this season. And now they are the bottom 15 teams, you know. Teams now be from 15th and 16th aircon. Anamewa. Say 20 teams, mewa. And from 6th aircon. But what I say, Edding passer Arsenal Belusu. Edding passer Arsenal Belusu. Into Arsenal, so SR advance. Then Declan Rice was set 5 goals and was assisted 2 head to head with Bournemouth. No? Although Arsenal team is a bit depleted. But I think some big show championship stuff. They have a Champions League game to play. Of course, they won 1-0 against Sporting. And Omo Bahome, slim lead there. But I think the league no, so is also in their sight. I think I'll go for a win for Arsenal. But maybe I'm a Bournemouth, so I should go. But what am I say? Maybe I acquire 2-1, maybe I 3-1. I don't think Arsenal will score too many goals. But they will have a way to win that one. That is also for Arsenal. Now, match na Ankasanie. Sena make us a Chelsea or Massa papa no. No Cress or Massa. Although Tottenham Assassin mo bomo so asampa. Also my last 6 games and your mom winning just 1. And it's not good. We draw 2 no lose 3. And now Chelsea need the top 5 teams. No, I pick it just a point. And say top 5 teams, you know. Omo trail omo by a point, but also with him here. Also 1, 2, 3, 4 teams na bekono. Chelsea are trailing by just a point. And what it means is that omo qualification for the Champions League, you know, is in doubt. And if there is anything, they need to make sure say this game back counted. But the problem is in 2023, Chelsea lose 3 consecutive games. Well, and so here they will equal the record. And that is a very bad thing. And even 2023, they call 4. And the Chelsea should be very, very careful. But they call 4, no, and they with the game with City. And now City are also coming home. Into what will Chelsea do? Because in the month of April, and we're expecting good news in the month of April, Biano. So when Pep Guardiola here fine. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Tell me why.
The month of April, a blessing for Pep Guardiola and his coaching career, at least at City. Had it 10 men almost say Liverpool 4 Nanseano. Say this month, yeah. And I stand to be correct. This month, yeah.
Then say Nancy.
Boy, fake up Nancy. This month, yeah, I'm good. April. Now, Ujidi say game no be 4-0. Nobody expected it say be 4-0. Until Bia still don't understand. But do you know, say Pep Guardiola, the last 31 games of what bought league in April, no, when we need 28. We draw 2 and we lose just 1. In that sequence, or set 2.5 goals per game. It's in the month of April that I had a blessing for Pep Guardiola. Chelsea beat to me against our away games. Guardiola is doing very well in the league. Because the last 9 away, no, and they will lose 1. When winning 5, no, I draw 3. It's a BB so echo Edimano. Again, at the end, some watch Chelsea say since 2021 Champions League final, Chelsea share Man City AGM. And yeah, they are Chelsea Asset City BM. And possess City create 2 coin no mark Chelsea for fear. The last 5 in the City and winning 4. And on my draw 1. It's only Bibia and Koye match Chelsea unless Chelsea be Bobo Bia or Mumbo Bida. And I say that character now we team Bia I say or Munsro Biano or to me Ediaba. Now Yen Hadi. Chelsea last 4 games, Randy. Chelsea last 4 games, no. Oh yeah, there. First 20 minutes go, Beba. Inti and also young careful, it can be very quick. What the tone at least 2 or more players NAJ card ever Chelsea last 6 games on my bond. Inti one way crown on Mukoyom in discipline attitude now to me cross red card. Chelsea should be very careful about that. City also Omota first goal. Because the last 5 games on my bond Omo ese first goal. João Pedro. Yes, season when you're 19 goal for Chelsea in all competition, I think he's done very, very well. But of course, when City are playing, a dimi and now bebo anymore. Meboa. Obo Antoine Semenyo. And I say, Ope so call English as Semenyo. But what I say about Banguna Semenyo. Not what about Ellen Haaland. These are 2 of the dreaded strikers are currently dreaded Meboa. The Premiership. Andy Chelsea City Beshom. Me City Beshom, but Abia money no mind bebre. Because my film media na my remains on my cameo baby Chelsea win ne freeba. Hey, Abia Bombom Becca say, hey, yeah, who says ya cry or moon is having no moon to his own casa assembly. They always flatter to deceive. Okay, say, Yakobo World Club Championship. Ye can't be more. The whole Ghana will be on Quebec, more pure sports when you came more. Okay, and no moon here. Son of me, crow they don't. Almost so leg in your budget. Andy, you hear Chelsea or all. But of course, almost a basa. Okay, almost so see a bath. Make a mean research as a form which is Max or didn't know a basa. And the questions the Washa Basa, we are mobile be a manner. And it was what I say. Chelsea is a big club. It's a club that was every. Obia wo a bit of way the mom although mo kasado do but me say me will source sport kakra Chelsea because Abramovich by na Michael Essien or Wentina I say hey ni nyina support bia and African players no so or better what I say but the way or more bono Chelsea are not playing to say that mbafo when senior told Roman Abramovich discuss him no koya told number 5 so told mu discuss but still I say akwala o papa whisker so the school fees ka sana Chelsea akwaye inti bomba esa moyere mo esa de ombe esa mo na say na mo beje enti we no esa mo fresh city for city erim sa mo esa na esa mo nse bebre na city for so atro say ebia 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 munyi dia mope
but there are a lot of people so they also feel the other way around, especially until we say Piers Morgan, Alan Shearer, and so I can say they don't feel that Chelsea better than Fiamma City about Machano. So I said, yeah, okay, so yen line up, score line, no one choose your open. Based on their interest. Arsenal league no more GM. Alan Shearer, there's one Arsenal. Alan Shearer, that is all Casa. Sisi about the say, oh, David maintain and catch a pop up media mente. Oh, no, maintain.
There's only issue for Pan.
There be so or no, those Alan Shearer and vociferous, or you'll be vociferous, it is mandatory.
Yeah.
Or you'll be out to move a hair or swag. But this year was start to also Casabahat. To say there we more Casa.
Ah, bad.
Oh, not say Casabat, Piers Morgan, the whole world Casabahat on the number 1. On our same be of so didn't who Jim Bois. And as well, make on Jamie Carragher so come.
Baby, I mean, again is that on they are stick, you know, and it's a top 5 finishing. Man City, then the second position is already secure.
Yeah.
On Team in League, you know, but there is no way a City be finish outside the top 4.
Yeah.
So Eddie and next year, City be champions.
Enjoying the City from Fangochana.
On say sometimes, you know, who want it more. On say Adibia, no, minimas or ne fight for Adibia. Yeah. But at that material moment, you know, who want that thing more?
Yeah.
And then when it's a City game, you know, one year resource anymore, one day need 3 points anymore. City can lose the 3 points and still secure their second position.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, if you said there be, what if we lose a game, you know, and we lose to City? That's the Liverpool echo winia. Then we are talking about the possibility, say, more even a top 5.
But Christian, this conversation, City, so mathematically league in free omonza.
Yes.
Mathematically the league in free City.
It's what's another kind of crap, but there's also do you have what it takes to win what you are battling for. If you don't have what it takes, it doesn't matter. You're the two okra unto me. I say my onka. But what I say, Opama, they're grown to me. The question is this: yes, they are all big teams, but with memory records at my head, me who kwanya City, Chelsea, first were winning, unless they are walkers say maybe they want it more, so they might turn out to be a different team altogether. That one I agree with you. But just what I say because we say wasa, and I only mean hadri. And now the main argument. Wasa. But if they are yes, I will agree with you. Because how long so person who go king or trim? Seven also person who should go no build no for the World Cup. Until you pay or top for or Champions League about next season, and yes, City now. What your mobile or step into back to City are going there to make sure they win. Back to the announcement to make and Christian. Once City still has a game or more you. So we'll check here. Arsenal abo a game more than Manchester City. Mathematically City league influence 9.
It is potentially City. Potentially City winning Sane outstanding game na be 6. 6 games no. So possibility potentially City so out of the league. He will still keep fighting. But Masubisa said Chelsea, do they have what it takes to beat Man City? If Chelsea play at the level normally, Chelsea bona, they can beat any team in this world. The level of the share Barcelona 3-0. So Chelsea decided say we are coming to the party. We want it more. We are talking about Chelsea, Asher Barcelona 3-0. Yeah. We are talking about Chelsea or PSG, Asher 3-0. So Chelsea decided say at that level. He said, Oman could do red card. Chelsea for another thing is that Chelsea seems to be struggling against teams that Omoyen Kitwa. Chelsea in contest in Renimu. So when your teams can see no one any bar. No Chiribibi. That is where Chelsea Chiribibi. Say when once in a while it was about Kubia Tia. But say Chelsea go against top teams now. Look at the way they play. Look at as they will be the adrenaline pump here to the point that they play above themselves. Yeah, they need so they are now playing against a big team, and the consequences of that defeat is that we need our game we are. Meaning what to be a monumental failure. Between our money Liverpool. Liverpool are league, having spent over £400 million. I say Umutimuno. Any Chelsea, the club World Cup, one finishing in the top 5. One and the field and the monumental. Yeah, a message for Chairman BKB Waba. Okay. Now, Aussie City have struggled against London clubs in London. Yeah. The 2 wins in London were struggled hard-fought wins against Brentford and Fulham. Yeah. They won 1-0 and 5-4 respectively. They drew with strugglers West Ham and Tottenham. In the score, I'll see Chelsea City 2-1. Arsenal Bishop 1 of 3-1. Of course, Master come back and message now, band. The attendant say, "Unse game you omuko." But I was Sunderland so Bishop Tottenham 2-0. Possible. It is possible. Besides, I'm so. Besides, on platform is in the on one I try and I say, "Well, who are they?" Catching say, "Yeah, the yes, Muja trip." I say, "I can't see a relegation." I'll say, "Game we are more bored. One team, Neni, do my head also say about Kuni." My way, yes, Muja Ning. Christian, so yes, Muja. More it's pure effort for Muntio. Meet him a relegation. More would your money. Moi mun kebi mamia mun jame na me nyama also game we Arsenal for any tete ho nti me surprise say quickly senior man akodi Chelsea for echi because if Chelsea share City one word the other no or more help Arsenal and I say it will benefit Arsenal. Yes, or money, but it will benefit Arsenal for their championship wrap up. So every Arsenal fan would want your friend saying Chelsea to lose because of bomb team. Bese Chelsea lose. Condensed no I can't be wa. Menene ngadwe team. Bese Chelsea me and nefed is than bese Chelsea lose. But your 50 said you're more Kenya until here. Omo comparade. Oh yeah, parading their Arsenal. Hey, Candy. That's how I see. It is sitting question mana. He can be into who are Okufikisi, no, very careful. Teams in the Champions League, you know. most of them rest key players. Yeah. Very me say Barcelona game no cry no.
Barcelona they can win streak. Memphis being count because
Madrid drop points, you know. A easy pressure on Barcelona. They can even afford to draw the game and still maintain 7 points gap. I've read on certain portal the coach is thinking of resting Lamine Yamal and other key players. It is call a teams now Airborne Champions League no very careful. Most of them are going to rest their key players. But now there's a big game with Italy. Internikomu.
Yeah.
Internikomu.
Is it Komo for on O'Shea will be a big. That's because of their performance. I mean, Juma Fabregas are here with the team. Then look at players and Nico Pass, Jacobo Ramos, no one in Madrid. Virtually, your money with the eye of Madrid. And Fabregas picked these boys and we have more mobile.
And season, no, say. Also, they are now fighting for the top 4.
Yeah.
Says it's common that 4.
Yeah, 4th.
Teams now fighting for top 4. Normally Juventus, any Atalanta, and they fighting for the top 4. You season, you know.
And Milan.
Na say, yeah, na Milan. You season, you know. Na say Como finish 4th. My Syria are manager of the season, you know. EBF Francis Fabregas.
Which I agree with.
And the Unim say, the team, you know, almost 16 different goal scorers. Season way, and yet team that is built on one player. Team or what players do actual goals in Syria our season we know Como 16 different goal scorers and actually go for a Como this season in Syria A. Even that they still have their marks top scorer. Sa Branton friend Tassos Eduvicas and they only say 14 goals in all competition. Of those 14 goals, you know, 11 of them are in Syria A. Today they are playing against Inter Milan. And the Inter, they saw free Champions League. Inter, so it was 7 points gap. It was Serie A. No. So, minim the Mama Inter Milan, Ebe Lucy, A Serie A. No. Inter Milan, A Serie A. Neko. Odom said the Barcelona, any ATM, I didn't say, I bought more matches. Yes, I mean, Como, any Inter. Because we are. Omobokupa Italia semi-final
game
Sakupa Italia semi-final and home and away. Como never first leg no fee. Na Inter abo second leg no fee. The Ebema Como I am motivated is that Onum say omunya promotion back into Serie A no. Omu she Inter da. Omu last 3 games against Inter Milan no. And the omu lusu ni miensa nyina. Omu lusu a omu san lusu keke wo. Sa 3 games na wa lusu no. Omu lusu by 8-0 aggregate. 8. And today they are playing at Omobofi. And the last 2 games, you know. Me sure say okay, last 2 games was Omo draw against Udine. But before somebody draw against Udine, you know. And they know much say 5-2. They won 1 game against I've forgotten the team. 5-2. They won 5-2.
Almost a piece of 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0.
And almost say 5-0 you know. Omo kwa we ni Udine. 0-0.
Yeah.
What I say, but before Okobo you didn't 0-0 no we need 5 consecutive matches at Waso. 5 matches and no win at Waso. Today they are playing against Inter Milan. Inter last game was against Roma. And Inter so say Roma 5-2. And the may one sure bet. So game no. One sure bet is that Como to score.
Como to score.
Yes. Only too sure the score line. So make me say Inter Milan difficult. Omuntu mean say Inter Milan. Pay omo record omo Inter Milan.
But for them to get a goal here.
But Inter team I'm not too sure about who will win. But the sure bet is that they are Como the more between Inter Milan for net. It's the Okosa game no more and the very for simple Como to score likely bet.
Mira say Mamem run through Arsenal lineup now against Bournemouth from the goalkeeper David Raya, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Lewis Kelly, Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Noni Madueke, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli, and of course Victor Gyökeres. Almost any players almost starting Eddie Ama Arsenal. The game game here in 15 minutes time and I kick off Beshasi. I'm referee na Entwaso. Neil Ante Van Der Poel. On say Beshasi with Black Stars search for a new coach, you know. Na Christian on say Enrana Chamu worker say meeting another because between another the FA between the FA and sports ministry, you know, number presented 2 coaches. I understand say Enrana sa meeting e course no. Womu antimi and as a meeting no, omo antimi ensipo. 2 names over the choir no omo settle on the obeying no ombesa akwa machi omo enne any nyame yad much by Monday I also will present a new name to the ministry, and Monday near say be on name coach, you know. Now who takes Ghana to the black to the World Cup.
But you presenting one of the names, and I say no name.
Sir, about to say Spanish Spanish coach be a friend, Sir Felix Sanchez Bass.
No, most on the numbers academy or memo try. And you say Obia or Bebiano. A bit to me alpha, a bit to me say emfa. Until we can't predict what the future is going to be with a coach or bad. But I was seeing a coach and we say coach Wade, of course, we are happy to have him. And I'm also what I say. And no son, I'm far cry when him say, oh, they did their best, but for 9 days, Amfa. But if you are for coach and him so coach we on yard and uncle yard there. Ket more bomber man you should be very careful with disappointment because Osaka for coach no bad said our coach is now funny and there people they will force you to resign. Men you are doing say FA4 network but you are doing game no yama Ghana and you see can you do na meboa. Nti sa Ghana for bufu to a certain next I don't be mouse we free office wo. Na mo nyina Ghana for nyina ba be Accra for kwa be mouse for office also abede. I hope say what they are making us because na ejuma nipa 600 are applied there. As we should know who is the best near the call. Okay, then you know omoni ministry the question almost into me people. Assembly nyina ne say efi na nkasa nyom mo ne sake coach no. A bear pressure from the ministry.
Me Matisse just for you to continue. So I say okay, media me and they say the minister on the Oko Germany crowd who seem be a baba. I understand that Nenka Onko Germany, but after the Austria game, you know, and pressure no so ko. Tinane kwani as no mkozake. Utwado.
Say wo ye adwuma pressure but now taking decisions bia. It means you are not on top. Otwado, is he good or not? No. Let's sack him. Put in another coach in Bajawaja. But you don't wait till say superior never more pressure say sack. You see American ministers because we don't even have a coach. Saying I say Monday or the coach ba. And no more sign call meeting and sign day.
So no sir it didn't ba enra. It was Friday no. And I didn't number. I don't know I postpone your call Monday di enemy.
Yeah. You see Mamin Kasemi. FA nankasa de within the FA circles now they want to look within make us within at the technical staff no more on and on person muhwem no be the call World Cup no. That was their plan. It was a chairman Beka say or said this one of it. It was on the media space the people started pushing this one of it but what I say but enona minim why for so be a children but what I say it won't make us but they make us say sadie bi ba assembly by to me through be I am through because obi wa na drink chire no or chirepe aden kura be say to the fact that obi wa na drink chire just drink chire this one is not the man and say they want the technical director to take over not say be your technical team no more set no or mo no be call World Cup no but here is the ministry also say aban so pe top coach and ready to pay. Ghana so the Tiska ready to pay we force ourselves. Interesting come idea in my minister and say okay this is what we do. It's a per se technical director and stepping in. Now we the credentials near worker. They did not sell that one. It may sure say the muting we are mokoyeno. And on sell the idea today. A friend is saying the minister. And minister also looking at coach and receiving the track record. Musa no that coach who has what it takes to do that. So if that is the case there, pay masters, no. Say minister will also do consultation. But also even with the president and say the council of state, those who are good in sports, now at least on your Mbekasa. On unquan said answering ABB anyhow. Another big weeks now on your Mbekasa, how do we go? For all you know, he's also going to consult them. So I'm buying in Commona Bay too. Which one do we go? It is almost blessed to say the second idea is a technical director and step in and come brown. Say the paymasters na agree, the minister will come and just accept that. If not, na say be a directive say yempe top coach no, and only a pie. It might even be that top coach na a friend top coach. Be na what to say Academy Barcelona top coach no. The friend say the financier na so mom betriano. They don't see him as a top coach, and it's not the kind of definition for a top coach no. So they might even go for a no person elsewhere cry. I say so more turn out of contract from better because if they are bent on making sure they will give us a top coach, these things can also be done. Either than that. Me sure saying meeting no more coin. I was all more or more conclude on something. It is say be or more corner saying yes, say be on Monday. Ombe name one of those 2 they presented. Maybe they are looking elsewhere. They are clearly speaking. I think said these are the realities on the ground. But it is said this is a great still your coach. Oprah says Bombo saying I'm so on coaching. Oh, you good. Bombo a very good coach. And I win man. So now also that go. Me who dance out that go. Go now that way. And then me who dance out that go. And I'm me who dance out that go. They be out na me da go. Ghana here keep first.
Me you are on there. Listen.
Are there Ghana Football Association in near time? Unimre.
What 2 months?
And I did be answer say unimre na you are forced to work within a short period of time. There's a possibility of you making a mistake.
Yeah.
Because what do you do? Now we are there, you rush. Home Sam Rena Ghana Football Association in you and the Omwana Masa do about almost. And within the shortest possible time, I'll move a top coach. My fear is that one child they will end up giving us another Otuado.
What is another Otuado?
Another bad coach. Now this current Ghana Football Association, one of the type of coaches they appoint. Sika Akono, Milu, Otuado, Chris Wooten, Otuado. Who has been a top coach? One buyer, now we have now put ourselves in a situation that you're caught negotiating table no so and the any better negotiation biano or the upper hand. Do you know why? Because on see here no and the watch now to dia ye born seven kwase abo na yeto Sandy watch no and so to ne car senya wo kire na de ton car na wo de abotre ton car na enye bo bia na abaji o but se wo kire wo na bia unye sika be 1 week time e de twitwa ho wo anya se sika na asembeto wa what do you do sabe nkwase abo bia no bidima wa wo akire wo ntino wo pesika de ntemtande wo beje now coaches na omo wiase nyina ehun se Ghana any time to appoint a coach me boa every single top coach ebe exploit here top coach bi obebe bia no knowing very well that wo ho ache wo unimre uhia no at all cost no and sa mre no a uninti no and the obey exploit you sika ese bia nke etua be $100,000 a month no obetimi afo so mo $200,000 because unimre na the say me yakura ni say by this time esen Kenya one constant a coach bia why aduma under all these head coaches are yet training na koye one of our own make kai omo appoint omo nyaade nto betimi mbada kire obi ade kasan kaye Ghana Football Association project sir odo fa o backroom staff bra but at least you one coach bia oye in project as I one coach you know and there you be forced to work with that coach you know that is why whoever is appointed yam build this small affair and yam build no say where there a coach e ogidi onimu say bia in the next 5 years no you building na say obesua there every a top coach ho bandi sa coach say appoint wo no wan betimi a kire coach bia there sika ko no obekire wan there Milo e ko fa ni bayi so the local coach attach Milo a Milo no obekire wan there imagine say si obi mesua there and Otuado and Otuado ko enipa ko many place na akokora na ewu ne de akokora di ade ye tu ayi na hyeda Krisuti ya yenya ni mujidie on the obeguye ni maso because ni ejinidi ye juma o Newcastle wo ye juma ho he ye ji Krisuti ndi Krisuti nso baaya andi hwamodie etino the FA should give us a top coach as our top coach na ode ba no I see a local coach bia obey Ghana yen project this our top coach no I be attach no what you say obesua de obekire na de but my main worry is that Sam Mrena yen ni no yesaki coach no ewiase fa na coach bia nim say Ghana ni coach so when you approach the coach onim say o ho akire na wo ba and you go by his terms. That is why one janky bet $100,000 for a coach. That same coach, will exploit that limited space, and take bill $200,000.
Well, so much
unimre.
That's a pressure about
so to say in one shot we will be short change. But in that situation, and you're making sure that coach now or banner or no ever exploit it, and then I Aji Musikano, a coach, about worth every single penny we are going to pay. In the absence of that, and your mom wanna uncle lower down our expectation. You can both 3 matches about. Then we are going to build a project for the next Africa Cup of Nations. Now walk up no and the enya dia you say kwako ya dia biasa yenim say about 3 matches no ebia ye bo more than 3 fine ye ntimi more than 3 that is our project, that is our target. Na me pa na me say PFM new host mitifie ya frame PFM ho atire mu within a space they need a host within 1 week. Only sky magic PFM station be per host Andy now within 1 week and I saw munya hosting no more approach you and me see mobia your friend no obobo or say no person obeko think obobo no na nka bu nkrofo na bam obobo na no say giving you accounts
ometua
obobo na no say for accounts ne bra or the accounts ne man nkrofo na 2 days crane na soon. Sana coaches be baby they are going to exploit sa lack of time na every top coach biano will exploit it.
Now yentie Milan Van der Poel ono a former sports minister e Ghana na makasa asem we say Maxwell ne Christian Adalimpo until say bia ye benya a coach na e be name ye final 26-man squad for the World Cup and they submitted to Vivande. Sam come away with regards to players are omoye Ghana omoya wa mo na ne ombetia abama Ghana no ebe koso abatie honorable Milan Van der Poel osi obi ti say di ketia oye better than some of the strikers are yentie nsemo a ode atudwa yentie no
I think Ketia is better than some of the strikers we have used so far. He has more experience, even though he's young. Callum Hudson-Odoi, his ability alone is enough. Somebody who has been serving players of Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City apart, and we have him available, and we say because we once invited him, he refused. And so, you know how many times Congo Republic have invited Alex Tanzania? He didn't because at that time he was the captain of the English under-20 team. Today, he's playing for them. For the winning goal against Jamaica to qualify them for the World Cup. Wan-Bissaka, you know the number of times Congo have called him and he refused. But today he's there. So we should not be too fussy.
Milan do so I'm say
yes I say no can no cry no can and the whole kind of crowd
to Azimbe to Azimbe I think say Congo for no shall say did Chimra no watch Manchester United or something
now they say Congo
and yes not to Azimbe so United not this guy Aaron Wan-Bissaka and so United that time no mo pe omo
no mo wie yo
Mayulu for PSG
and Bokwa your friend Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Omasan listed 12 other players.
95.
Ena Sadiki. The also your friend Sunderland.
Noah Sadiki.
Yes.
They say so Obomo.
Yeah. Yes. Omunyina no mo lenki omunyina sa. Into omo mwenye wie no. Omasan alenki another 12 players. Mo French national, mo Belgian. On the Congo and Belgium for the rule but they speak French too. More France, England, I think about 2 or so players who are English. They are speaking to them some person World Cup. And President Nankasa Namat the directive to the FA president said whatever it takes is going to do. And yes, say Kasa Keke. Majority say Milan Van der Poel is on top. So he was a sports journalist. Those time coming, he on him game. But yes, I kasa na get good. So what? You should for the FA say we need our boy. Go mona mutia. But him say Drew baby ya by no musuro FA no. Obeya muso ebe ban no na mu dwane. Me wa ban e bi na Morocco aban na boy Congo aban obi aban. Enti e was say wo feel say boy ya that go Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yes, we need him. Jaden. We need him. And see, I was say Momo take initiative. But sometimes President Befre FA for no marker. So say the time and now we hear players no man mandizia no momba born a odiana. And I will bet to me about my bobo, yere bobo, girls bobo. Oh man mobo, bush for mobo, and call for man a bobo. Odiana so beheso. Se nipa in discipline act bia anaso nkoya ade bia andi Emma Ghana for bubefua no e Ghana anybody na or what it takes to help the nation. Why deny them the opportunity? Mbacho uti
me too.
Do you want to tell me say me bobo nti unya beka say max on person bobo anu me jai say me babebo there be a big crowd me din komo bi wo baby me bana sa andi me am the best of me someone akura besa andi me akọ. Inti meba na say me readily available say mebo. Well, other than that, I see a Jais annual because looking at Congo more the World Cup we Congo decent squad. The also is your more bokra, your winning movie, almost striker or Newcastle United. Wisa movie, but they still find a way to win. And I was steady. Yes. And everyone was say Cedric Bokambu must still they are in the team. Chancellor Mbemba. Unze Ghana hanka yedi anwa pamo mokra dada momoko. They are still in the team working. And na still almost be count. What they are trying to do, they say, Sandy, they are even talking to one goalkeeper, I think so, say RC Lons also. So no so make count. Oh, until what they are trying to do, so about the Congo first team, second team no crown. The second team can even compete and they become much stronger. Inti na confer top coach, I confer Barcelona academy coach now. Oh, they should be serious. They should be serious.
Like I said, some common with star players need the Wimbra. Remember say
Tina
the final squad number.
With this current FA for it, with this president, me so go comment or make it even coach to ado crame. Ebi o to ado everyone a coach no ban and they better recommend yeah fine. We will say top coaches the Omomo commerce and be a top. But other than that, the government need to step in because the in the near future. Now far we bra, your friend saying, Odo ene nketi amo bra, mbacho JD mo bosi de be now per Josh. Josh no more near England project no. What are you going to tell him? We muna omwaye ready Andy neya krano, they are ready to play no kra. You can't entice them, you are fighting them. Now we are Josh no nusa de be England captain on now also cover.
And you be a leader. Sometimes you have to take very unpopular decisions. Oh yes, was then anado. Yes, I head carton. Na I didn't open. And a GM crab and say kuku for aketiana and a kuku for sikano tetesono. Oh yes, was I didn't onyana no person way. But sometimes you need to take a very unpopular decision in the ultimate interest of the general group. And you know, Adebakwa will take his decisions now. You need to take away from emotions. On the Uti Ghana for Dona Casao, Yin Yaomo, Tamna from Moama, and they are talking based on emotions. But the same Ghana for no, Yanni Congo focus here. Na Congo for you players no more from the say the same Ghana for no find Ghana for. Ghana for no must my friend boys because at a certain point Nandi Gabon ho na America ba over Hifa. This is Gabon. And Kranza for the Belk because I said no Gabon honum na America honum. Now you have a choice between Gabon and America over Gabon. The same Ghana for now, almost me and friend Crawford because they chose certain countries to embarrass them. Yeah. And they give them the opportunity to choose those countries and Ghana, they will choose those countries. Ghana Nina was say there be although England and friend in Tina Wamano. Catch Ghana Nini say England say Omaya Juma or Honum. And it's all better Oye Chichen Nina or Casasem. England say Tradio England. And as I bet you Ghana, over to Sudia. Be a nurse in England or be a nurse in Ghana, the same Ghana Nina or so be to see England over Ghana and Tino, Ompreno, Kobe to Sudia here.
So, Simbisa say, Imbisa Kate say, England forecast or Mayom F president.
Any Ghana, they are
Ghana.
Andy, when you are presented with the choice between Ghana and those developed countries now, especially more answer Muhasino, a very difficult for that person to choose Ghana. Yahweh and crowd Kruma say, yeah. Ghana abaye muno Ghana way muno maso add them pass utukwai now opportunity to choose Ghana and certain developed countries are adding so be choose Ghana over those countries adding and you know me obia oye leader bia no and find emotions and tonchain now consider the best interest whether those players if they are called whether they ever buana say more and open here now you show the approach a different players no oh small business players na kokasa e bi on ne yere obetimi ne yere
avibe can ask more better
and smart sports minister omonim no sports minister portfolio ne kura no e big yajitum political appointment e big. But sports minister any star players in Kokasa effect no any better than some Michaelisian star players in Kokasa. Because they relate to Michaelisian more than the sports minister. Yeah, pebia beka ho. Ye benya bia it depend on the omo ready to come no. If omo ready to come no, yan for omo there are others that's okay. Say no odo is obeba mo anfa no. Edin Ketiaka so be Baman Fado. Timmy Ban Baba. So let's look at the approach. Approach is very, very important. Near convinces our boys, because I mean, Ukraine. Yes, taking a nice our boys, now what you get more Unanya and Kabaye, Unanya and Kabaye, and angels now for tea in place. What's the time conversation we buy? Make us say too early for us to have that conversation. Because between then, any walk up no, emuwa bibia betimi asi, and bibia betimi asi a negative no, and not to no. We are not going to the World Cup without our best player. Potentially, Mohamed Kudus may not go to the World Cup. Kudus enko World Cup now. Can you say, oh, you from Mama qualifies ni bintino? Let the aya is higher. Woman say, we team catch and say, ye strikers near one. Omunya ya de sin edinkatia. No, Bia can say we have better strikers than Edinketia. Better strikers than Edinketia in who? Why?
You're done. Marshall, I may bad darling post with you message me. I say, make a cat. Also, not made Miss Debbie. I'm sure I'm saying that go. The best on-chain keeper. But you can do well for Black Stars. You were you were even better than Benjamin Asari of Heart of Folk. And you are even better. Or no, need side only from school. Only from school.
Now, would only Joseph Calm level. That'll probably your story next week.
Hey, I mean, trend.
Oh, Dalpo, Obi ahead, and Sana Bevan Obi the message I bring this year. If I could do men's
number what's China?
If I could do men's or Texas, United States of America. But what I
say,
I'll say, darling, post story no ya about house no. Nay, any depa or Bonabas, name Kotoko story be wine yet. Let say a story, but see. Time has na Kotoko Bebo Hana has the red card at the share Kotoko. Bas na Kotoko for the bar stadium. Utima na unhu form. Also, what the bas no unhu form a quine no. So much so much of bas that there be na uti place no unhu form. Enti park no so no muntini a show that story no. One yet. Also catch it.
Oh yes, our story now. And Kebabu Akotokumu. Unim Senra on our Facebook page. There were House of Folk supporters. Be almost 5. Omoabuchi. Numbers of Omoya contribution to fix Star Economy. So the story that he did, no, actually, no, a sending message said, Obia has a credit score. by on Crawford on betting aye. But umunim. So darling poor story no. I reach it to certain Crawford, they are willing to contribute to help.
And help no crown on Mr. Crawford house next to no bus.
Famobra.
As a house no
and then we do ask Fabra because I'm 4%. I'm fixing out of full problem. No.
And you say Fabra Tina has the Mquana.
I read Mavencho. I read Nippon sentiments. I feel I'm a Unipaco.
From now one can. Saying at
that time, now, Sasha. Ain't enough.
We said, Saturday, a time betos. Now, what's a car? Place no from. Hey,
what's the story? No, this is Obiang and we do
Far from Pong.
Andy Cassias.
Far from Pong.
Andrews also.
Na Inkuta Jenene Kwanansi. Adanko na bakono ka kuomo ye de meti omunka che
ai say has air conditioner say
aha onu kwa sa so ho na de bai adanko so di detail
adanko de e ba as for
onu has asembia na go baba
all the day has a story
okay na Ghana Premier League match say ho enra games ni bi game back e ba so vat Diana we need 2-1 over Bibiani for no complaining.
Yes, and Andy, Bibiani Gold Stars for the free say referee Salom ya o bless see womo.
I'm say penalty be our Jim
last minute. Ya do some the crack we 90+8 and o J penalty no. Na minim say bia tie for be boy. O ha say Christian Maswell. E jale be mi ahwa. Say jare me ahwe. How ball no esikoye. Any a quiet referee need to make J penalty. Edema the home side, Adriana Bobo Kuna. Me wuni ye, Pedia me wunu Andy. Odeshe.
Okay.
It looks like say Adriana and a Kwakope Kati. Boneda 18-yard boss name. Calvin Opong. Or se for Jesse. Ed maybe be any Gold Stars. Or no Claire Bono. And Adriana strike and so kwako peke bono. And Mimi when say Adriana play animum kotia, Calvin Opong, which is Bibiani Gold Stars play animum. But referee do win sa. Enti say e bana wo hwe ni ya. Ball ko penalty box ni no. And no mo try so mu ye free ho. Minim my ba ku bi amahye da slow no e dia ma ejare so obenya. And no be me a clear view of the incident. Say na referee no air course wo Ghana. Me free say mo. Because week in and week out, ye benya teams say complaining. Enchaye, any ababa ka wo United there. Though so man nya there so mu betima pull out of the Ghana Premier League. But say some incidents we tai sisi say ya Andy. Emwa say Christo de she ade. Say na incident netie. Ma say da part me slow no. Entibo ni hwe why na ti awon
I say green Adriana as on no stretch first
onu na stretch kwako tia Kevin
Opong me hwe you hear any see
say netie
I don't know
now referee na the penalty in favor of player no say green no emum which I think say na enye fair call enti referees no they should be up and doing. And when the news about say referees are Ekwakodi World Cup, Ghana referee be any. News.
Be news. Ghana referee woman.
Oh yes, I understand from that side.
Now when the last time a Ghanaian referee called World Cup? Yeah. 82. Referee Jumo from Asante Mampo. The last time a Ghanaian referee called World Cup.
Na me sa asem no kwa.
And the World Cup na Ghanaian kuma no
any. Sa referee ade no da ko e next week e be kan wasem because for no we have been known as a Omar say Omun projected Daniel Lai. What I say, but go and count the number of matches that Daniel Lai in the Ghana Premier League. Say Kotokore has nan say and yeah ni edin and central for the be Eddie Bar Eddie Gu for as well. Menya sure say ka no be appointed so me di sa match no. But elsewhere every big game the big referees and this match no. All the big matches and the big referees. Ghana hankwa none one may check inside that lie so far. Ghana play about how many matches?
Yeah, about 25. 5 games in 28 na ya
5 and ready Daniel I 5 games and ready
unim say Christian me ka say news ba ya not saying say bia a new say Ghana referee amamo but I'm saying say say a new received information and a buy information about one thing say referees na kono Ghana referee bi anim but with this Daniela ya uboni din na no other AFCON okodi
semi-final game
Nigeria game on the
omo di quarter finals ebi e ko World Cup odi semi-final game ya fana ko World Cup oh Saudi ma dwene wa men say the top referee amu referee say he is the top referee in league ayeboy 5 matches na he na Saudi DBC top referee who say week in week out CAF Confederations Cup, CAF Champions League, or Cocody matches no. When in local league, I don't know what's a project no. Local league where the 5 me say. Kotokone has nan saying a central for in a bray.
Say a more.
I know Muka said that a lie. Your project is or your big referee Mokodi games of Morocco, Ekodi games of Tunisia, CAF Confederation, CAF Champions League matches. I didn't a big game. Our calendar is only. San 7 the buyer and on money be dear.
Or your FIFA referee or FIFA badge. Andy. The Etienne said Ghana and Casano. Say you can't say you can't finance my Rebecca my diachens. Any problem. Say your referees no a problem. Ghana Premier League.
Because the FA president has said it. Say your problem with league you coach in your officiate waka. And so on survey.
No, yes, on go for top coach. Me yana wako Barcelona academy coach no person.
So what you say?
Nya point to me abutre.
And this so body didn't cry in the first in the conversation.
But Omasha Arsenal one day.
As is Arsenal.
Arsenal better actually.
Okay.
Be in case on bet the senior can. The best the nya hui. Yes, Arsenal ba.
Sorry.
Arsenal tisha.
Na so almost starting match in the one case almost starting my yes sure.
Some
line up nyina ba.
Paul Kawasandi. Na me anim no kra efe ne de. Say you can't say call any referees no. Call them first appointed referees na.
Now you bless could the ball we say could the ball we penalty. You bless could the ball we penalty. Then you expect say be for us could the match or World Cup. Referee ujinamu ojuma oye in that game you say sign ma we be see na wa hwe ultimate diana eduana bohum
entina me omo ko awi na omo so yedi bi koyo omo
ko deep ball ko just abo we say penalty na won to wa
because edia ye de be shimba edia omo so ba ko gi the same penalty against them. They will come back and complain.
So bibia ni so almost kotoko ko shey go ya
ni. Jerry say me complete the mo.
Omo plus 1 minus 1.
Omo na say omo djuma no. Bibiani go start no complain no. Wa benefit from it.
And I make all the kotoko boy kotoko shey go.
Wa suffer from it. So ye dey Mediana stars enra.
Yeah.
Ochina e ba ko tie film be dia mo plus 1 minus 1. Omo mfam enko sa.
Entie football no be dey nyini.
Now what did they say Ghana football be?
Sir Christian.
Opening.
Yeah, what it takes to develop your game no. In terms of talent. Obian to me can't tell me say African so you have any talent. Your talent be bree. And Tidiaka and it's on bet me I'm making right decisions. No more than you may go akwem. No more fair. Aye Juma. But it looks like say and to yanim koye. Appointments in Koye, Bibian Koye, and Nigeria. It's not about say you need the better Ghana League no, and so it's my real pay. Your players sorry I don't go Ethiopia. Why should Ethiopian League be that? I was in George's name, one of their teams. Emro Ghana League so. Nigerian League. Cannot play a small part. Emro Ghana League so I need Pamo. There are leagues in Africa. Clearly, you could see it's an Ghana league so in terms of talent. Almost a Ghana team's neighbor ball, talent, quality play, but almost to Tony Amayo. Other African countries, no, and Yemen to Tony, even South Africa. Between South African League, clearly, ABA infrastructures, and Yemen be Biowa, who say a Koye. But say individual talent. Now me diamaye. It's time was here any me. It's time was a referee games in
the young Koye Diana Stars. Say what I enjoy.
They will not. And Diana de Namia ni mamu win so our pin league no.
Kotoko ni me diama.
Yeah.
Yebeshana.
ɛyɛ difficult
na no say the
but mediama so na me anim no kure onim say post covid omontimi nhye enti akotokoda the last 5 visits akotoko akomediama no dendema mediama so be hye kotoko and mediama enso ni kotoko omo nyina no they are not having a very good form omo form ni nye in the league enti kotoko ni mediama game ni die na me anim mediama for ni pe league age kotoko so free say so omo so timi nyom win games na aka ni nyina they can win the league and you're very dicey. Some kasa mediama eba be kotoko because the last time a mediama shetia kotoko was 2019-2020 season. That season mediama share 1 penalty and omo de share before that season krano na mediama in the NC tournament as share 1-0 e de tia kotoko. But 2019 kra it was cancelled. That was truncated liga covid nil and so e be twemo no. Share screen so. Ejare di amaye. So we check here. The last 5 Kotoko any media mabon Andy 2020-2021 season. Opening mabosome no. Ne da neto so aduonu so. 27 December 2020. Kotoko mediama omo bo 1-1. Kwame Poku scored for Kotoko. 74th minute. And 86th minute. Abbas Mohammed restore parity Edema Mediama. 2021-2022 season. Mediama Tenefema Kotoko Sheni 2. Frankenberra Etuga and Andrew Sapau scored for Kotoko. 2022-2023 season. Mediama Tenefie Esama Kotoko Shano Nicolas Mensa Esha de Makotoko. 2024-2025 season. Mediama Tenefie Esama Kotoko Eko Shano 1-1. Umbo 1-1. And on the screen, who said the last 2 visits, I 1-1. Last 2 seasons, Stephen Mukwala, Eshego Otakwa, and last season, Kwame Poku, Eshego Otakwa. And in their last 2 meetings, I 1-1. But in their games, Mediama, Ebre, so Kotoko. And Kotoko, in these 5 visits, Nina so Shego, Andy. Nina Shego. And Jarema teams in the form now. Andy, all him say, Ghana Premier League near Bono. Teams na every league in Obia form on ye. And he said, oh, check it. Oh, the form no near. And now the last 5 games, and a aya. Shababia Kotokoda, Shababia Mediamada, has for Bibiani Gold Stars in their last 5 games. Kotokwasha just 1. Mediama just 1. Omumia no be able 2 drawn games and Obia lose 2. So in terms of form guide, Untimin Kasebia Kotoko, recently they are having a very good team. They are scoring and they are winning. And Tometi Masako repeat the last 5 years. Same applies to Mediama. And from so air transform Betima Ghana Premier League, almost Untimin. But Andy, you're winning now. Near checking teams limienu style of play, almost strength on the field of play. Under coach Prince Owusu, we've seen Kotoko. Say Kotoko in their build up. Almost born from a chida. Almost try to make me and put the passes together. But Bonnie called the final tether. No more stretching with high balls and the Bonnie content and one. They've been doing this. And for results, Bonnie content and one day. No more try some of the crosses, Beba. For Kotoko player be Benya the final touch. No more to many go. With your style of play, Mimushi, El Kotoko midfield, the only progressor, El Kotoko Fifi, who bet you. On open it to be progressible. But progressive from the midfield. No Bonnie do the final third one. Oh, shut down who Kotoko imprint be players in evolution or form. That was the final third. Player bang, and in their recent games, Ubetimaka say, what they Kotoko team no, and seen a bacteria BB. They struggle to score. Yes, young woman, some will say nations 3-0. Maybe a Kotoko supporter, Empire Mebone say my Kotoko couldn't do red card. Because Kotoko do red card, Coach Prince Owusu were very confused on Timinche. in his games. Our the red card in name koye. Enti clearly who say kotoko ni game plan ye but omuntimi fanya bibia. Mediama ne strength or midfield. Yahu Kevin Nkrumah or Hull City. Kevin Nkrumah has been one of the instrumental players this season at the Mediama. When your Black Stars call up. And they only game him because you saw trials at Hull City. But they still have quality players. Salim Adams. Andy, only said Salim Adams joining Mediama. As a midfielder, was 8 goals. Their last 2 games, Oshe goals. I think last 2 weeks. And a Saturday, Salim knew didn't home come with that bullet from a spot kick. Out the 2 at him. Now I said peace be a penalty boss. No. That is his trademark. Kotoko should avoid that unnecessary fouls. 18-yard box area and also with defensive for because Mediama have a certain Salim Adams who least mistake or the ball never to him.
Okay.
Kingsley Braye, another quality player. Obeka Godno Jakasu, former Tamale City, or midfield ano, Obeka Manuel Mate, they have quality or midfield. And yenim, say Coach Ibrahim Tanko. Ne strength your midfield, Oba trust Oba boss the midfield. No, I try in their transition without vertical passes, defensive splitting passes. No, I be a kotoko, defense in him. No, I use spaces, no, and to be their punisher kotoko. Entiane, says a Christian Bisame, Alba Kotoko ne Mediama. And you're very dicey. Untimi Kabebre, 2 teams in our forms in yet. But Kotoko on the road, the last 5 years, they call Mediama to me share home. Ain't he? With these statistics, Ebia Meka say Kotoko, ebe to menya draw. Possibly, Kotoko be to menya draw. Because Mediama and Sube game him as a wounded lion. How's the full game now?
And take one on that now.
Kakrebi.
1 minute.
Vision FC. Andy. What's your league table no? Or relegation no? Say what United so mobile. And you are so. Your castle no so relegation. Who 11 1 desa. The Etienne is 2 teams and a relegation. Akaba kwe the beba count. And Andy, Bakuna kano check league table ni radi. Say Vision FC almost 35 points. Brekum Charles were 35. Nations FC were 35. Swedro All Blacks were 35. All these clubs. What best sleepy BR? Ubetimako relegation bonkening. And matches of this nature, you don't expect say Vision FC Babe Bo tactics bebre. Yes, coach Nanajiman. Akasa bebre say how's the folk bear ball number show mo. And Obe deploy tactics a bit much. But aside tactics, clearly Obe expected that energy, mentality, attitude on the field of play from Vision FC players. You know, House of Folk is the best away team, no doubt about that. But House of Folk Ekonia J Kraku, the second sports arena, Akwakofa all the maximum 3 points no, and easy because of the position of Vision FC Dano. Ombe show lot of character. Ain't Sanjamu, they also have quality players. Emmanuel Sanja, on the right side of the defense. Mishak Ajete, says Sophia Ajetemo, they have quality. But also, folk in their last game, and so about 5 changes. And almost line up on him, almost to be winning 1-0 against Young Apostles. And we are looking forward as to the approach. Did it Dramani and so the Beura game him gave me a very dicey, maybe draw for us for Candy.
Chris, I'm going to 1 minute to be Mr.
Asna da form 1-0. Bomosi na mesha Asna jisintra. Pomocho wa. Asna jisi mesha yenye ne. Andy, omulusu game no. Chairman BKB. 32 minutes. Asna more shot on target. Asna more shot on target.
Set piece now.
And a game near quite balance because a 50-50. We have possession a 50-50. Bournemouth above 50. Asna above 50. Bournemouth above 1 shot on target. Arsenal more a shot on target. In fact, so her SGR, Arsenal expected goals from the 32 minutes na yabo. 0.40.
Block could be a friend say Gabriel Magai didn't name I and 2-0 or didn't name and a ombo more than him the J-Bon.
Can go 2 days.
And then a new legend board. Me help.
Charlie.
But football is played.
I'm a Fusika that's
90 minutes.
Okay.
90 minutes.
So almost defend it. So also defend it for 90 minutes.
Oh, there be.
And then 12 and above. And then this now. Sorry, now. You Yanko the BCH, you have a bomb woman yet. Namia on Monday. But quick birthday, Snaffy, you make your way for DJ Bishop. Happy birthday, Eko Eddie Ama Kolegi, Utun for Nana Ewo Menshia, and Ewa Woda. Na we are Nana Edutu, and I was saying, we show happy birthday. Inti Obani. Fanye kolegi, happy birthday to you. Nyakupo enshira opa. So and happy birthday ko edi ama gifty ene eyewa woda na Paki Junior say happy birthday, happy blessed birthday sweetheart. Thanks for your love and support. Love you Satan and back gifty. We bacho Paki and the message we have say yenkan enfama ne dofo gifty ti mami gifty no mami gifty happy birthday to you from Paki Junior Juma Fidelity Bank and I'll see you show a happy birthday and Sanso and official Kwabena Dubai a student USTED and carry Amstead and as a honor the official Kwabena Dubai. Young we show a happy birthday. Sounds a staunch listener of Pure Sports. And now your birthday, happy birthday to you. If you also happy birthday to Benjamin Ufuri Kwachi, former Deputy Communications Manager and former Communications Team Member Sante Koroko. I'll say the birthday party never cost okay ba ewo Unity Oyo Asqua. Ti Ben and eyo would a happy birthday to you. If you happy birthday to Minister Grace Darko. Minister Grace Darko and your birthday way if you want kasa manager and Kwame and or say and fa pure fidie so na we show a special happy birthday. Happy birthday to you Minister Grace Darko. And the final one, I say happy birthday to Oliver na Olive. Okay, so Oko School. Golden Cradle School Olive. And your birthday for Ernest. And I say, young wish you birthday, and when you're 3 years, happy birthday to you, Nyangopo in Shraupa.
Like score, I say. I say.
I feel I'm a Kubiari.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
1-1.
Message.
There be message.
As I say one, the Amoka in message in my.
But no, money abre hebo. Is the Omeka be omonti jom kubuti.
Message in my. Because cause who
Joker is about penalty ashe. I think 1-1. Right abisa for yan fancy wa ha. Na ye make way for DJ Abisha so meto asenyakopo ya adoma. Monday so ne besaba. Na dia ka bia ne ba beto asori nyina kama enso etimi edi ama abusuafo nyina ele oti Maxwell enka oti Sir Christian enso nka Maxwell na person ne so or ha adwene kakra habat enim kwa be fa so atemi no abesho say ba nyakopon ka nyina have a wonderful weekend.